I'm Shane.
And I'm Beau.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
Happy 50th.
We're finally here.
It's our big celebration episode.
Guys, a year.
A year. We've been
Again,
doing this for a whole year.
You know me. I'm horrible about doing this. I'm a numbers guy. We know it's not 52. We know it's 52 is 52 weeks in a year. We get it. We've been technically at this point, we have been working on this
For
over
over
a
a
year.
year.
We wanted to get as close as we could to the year. And 50, we both like round
Yeah,
numbers.
Yeah, and 50's a nice...
It's a round number.
Nobody celebrates their 52nd anniversary.
Right? So we just
That's
figured...
not like one of the big ones, is it?
We figured 50 was close enough. 52, 50. Come on.
Sue me, it's 2 weeks.
We've never taken a break. I think that is
we
worth
have
pointing out.
persevered through
We've
whole computer crashes.
We've got episodes out there that sound literally like garbled garbage that I tried to clean up as best. I mean, you can hear us. You understand what the words are, but they are bad.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure we still put it out. We still liked what we said. We
didn't want to leave
dedicated.
We didn't want to leave you guys hanging. All you people who just have to have us while you're washing your dishes.
Here we are, though.
So happy 50th to us and all of you guys for listening.
And be prepared that we're going to be off for a week.
Yeah, we're going to be off.
Or 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We said 2 weeks. Because we'll come back after when the 52. Which I guess we need to make sure people understand that technically means it's 3 weeks from when this episode comes out before you'll have.
Yes.
Right? If we take 2 weeks off. Because again, yeah.
They always throw that little thing at the end.
Yeah, because we have... It'll be the first week is the week until that episode that wouldn't have come out. Then the next episode that wouldn't have come out. So then it's 3 weeks before it'll be an episode. Yeah. We need to stop because me and you, we'll start doing this and we'll get really messed up with them.
Start going down the timeline loop thing.
And we'll get backwards and lose ourselves. And it's exactly why we won't refer to what the last thing we recorded was, because I don't remember release dates and stuff. Trying to get better. We need to make ourselves the calendar or the dry erase board and just have it just like
have
next episode release this episode recording
release
this. So that way we know where we're at.
We can say something. This one's already out.
Exactly. We know which one we can say something about, which one we can't, because we're about to be even further ahead. So we have to be really careful. We'll be so far ahead where we could easily give things away if we're not careful. We're trying to start being more transparent and more honest, because if we do video, there's a lot less places to hide.
Yep.
And video editing.
It's harder to edit like tiny segments and stuff without making the video look like it's just a jerky mess.
That's what I mean. There's a lot less places to hide in that video edit. Sound edit, I can hide lots of stuff. Video edit, all it takes is for me to be raising my arm when I first start a phrase, and it's like, oh, I can't cut now because it looks like I just flapped a wing.
Your fucking arm just phases in and out.
Right. And so video edit will be way different. So we're just trying to get better for this, straight through, as few cuts as we need.
Were you wearing a different shirt in that other shot? What happened here?
We've never gone that far, right?
Yeah, never had to go over a multiple day recording.
Well, if we've ever done a second day, it's because of a fucked up recording.
That only happened once.
Well, I was gonna say, but that doesn't count because it's not even like we added. It's because we re-recorded the whole thing. That doesn't count at all because it's not that. There'd be no video discrepancy because the whole video just would have been the second video where we were complaining about losing the
footage.
That's a deep cut way back. That's back. That's like the third or fourth episode.
Yeah, the Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, it's a good one too. It was still there. We still captured it.
Right.
We know we missed some of the moments that we wanted, but we knew we could do it. We could recapture the magic.
Yeah, some of
as they say.
I remember some of the jokes I made. Let's go. It hasn't been too long.
Well, it's not all lightning in a bottle, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be recapped. Proud of us.
I like that episode. Go back and listen to our Doctor Who episode.
Well, we're on 50. Let's go ahead and take a moment and say, you guys are about to have 3 weeks
to just go back and re-listen to stuff
before you have another one.
Go back, re-like, resubscribe, reshare, do it all over again. Can you do that? Can you multi-subscribe? Does that count?
I don't think so. I don't think
go make fake accounts.
If you take it off and then add it back, it doesn't do anything for us other than maybe actually make the metric look bad because we lost somebody.
Yeah, probably. Don't do that. Go make fake accounts and just promote our shit with it.
The next thing I'll go ahead and take care of before we do socials, just so that way no one wonders why we didn't don't do things like we normally do at the end. We do have a drink that'll be ready for the next episode. We already know what we're doing for the next episode. Unlike usual, it's not a game next week. We're not making you guess. Our contest where you voted and you told us, we decided the contest showed us who the top movie was. We're doing that today. We found drinks to go ahead and do the second two.
Yep, so we're going to do the top 3. Viewer's choice, top 3, just the ones you guys picked.
But so you won't have to do any kind of guessing. So I will just go ahead and tell you the movies and the order. You'll just get to see what we drink when we make the announcement for the drink.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it like that. I guess would probably be the best way. So that way, again, much like how this one was, if you wanted to watch it before getting here, if you wanted to refresh yourself or see it for the first time, you've got 2 more opportunities to do that.
Yeah.
So the first one we'll be doing is Hackers, because it was definitely number 2.
It was super close.
It was technically, like I've talked about before, maybe number 1, but it was a slightly unverifiable number 1.
Yep, so we went with the coin flip.
Yeah.
And Galaxy Quest 1.
But so Hackers is definitely another one we know there was a big number of people wanted to see.
A lot of people voted for that one.
So we could not just not do that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, sorry you didn't win.
Plus, it's
never gonna do it now.
This is
we could have been real dicks and just like hovered like maybe we'll get to it one day.
Well, I said it. That's how I said it in the. That is how we said it.
Oh, it was okay.
Much like how this today we're doing Galaxy Quest, and that's one of Beau's favorite ones. Hackers is one of my favorite ones, so it also just works very well in that manner. Like it is just all around. Like we get to cover back to back.
Yeah, what better
some
way
of our
to
favorite
do
movies.
our
celebration time?
Yeah, our year with 2 of our favorite fucking movies.
And then after that one, we're gonna be doing Tank Girl.
Because
Tank Girl tied for some other places, and so this was just the one we got to make the executive call.
Yeah, we got to make the decision of no, that's the better movie.
So that's what we're seeing. Love you guys. It's not to say we won't do other ones from that list.
The other movie didn't have anthropomorphic kangaroos. I'm sorry.
Sometimes that wins.
That does. It wins every time, really.
But yeah, so we will be doing Tank Girl. It's another great one. It'll be fun. It's one that I've seen a lot. A lot of people I know love that movie.
I liked it. I've seen it a couple times. I mostly just like Lauren Petty.
Well, so again, that's a great one because that one like defined her career for a long time.
Got her over, really.
That's a look. When most people hear her name, that's definitely
the
look they think in their head is the Tank Girl look, like the super short blonde hair on the you know what I mean, like that's what they think because she embodied it perfectly.
Just that punk rock look.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That the total aesthetic like that. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic
punk rock. Hell yeah.
We need to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get to our socials. We've had a little bit of fun. We know we're celebrating now. Yep. You guys can forgive us. We made the announcement. So if we go off the rails, we don't care this time.
Yeah, today we don't care. This is our party.
You know, like we apologize.
You guys are welcome to join us.
We apologize for a little bit on the length for American Pie and Back to the Future. We know those 2 got away from us. Okay, guys, we know
fun,
it.
Though.
Well, it's also just because that was the transition point, right? Like
yeah.
we especially Back to the Future, we didn't go in knowing that we were gonna cut it short. You know, like so it was a thought I had where I was like, if we're gonna start going to video, we need to do rougher cuts. And so like that one was maybe not the best one to do that with since we didn't go in thinking. Yeah, since we didn't go in on that thinking rough cut. The worst though is that American Pie, we went in with the mentality of not doing that and still recorded that long. That's what proves that one was a lot of fun. So hopefully everybody really enjoyed it.
I hope everybody listened, liked, shared, commented.
But last week we got back to where everything's a little bit more concise. That's why we needed to let you know this week we want to get back to concise as a consistency thing for sure. Yeah. This week is not going to be that week.
Nope. That's when we come back.
I can see it. Yeah, I can just see it already that this is not going to be that week. No. This is going to be long. We're going to have fun. We're having a celebration. We're already celebrating. Yeah. We'll leave it at that for right now. I've already said we should be doing socials and we didn't get there because I stopped to tell people we'll be doing this. We'll be going off the rails.
We'll be doing this exact thing.
On that note, we will actually start.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to sit quietly and let you go.
We'll start with our meta apps. That's going to be the big 3, like we've been saying. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. It's not one of the big ones. It's just that big 3 sounds better than
big 2.
Those 3.
The big do.
Yeah, and so we gotta call it that. And if you want to find us on those, it's going to be Kentucky Fried Critics, all lowercase, no spacing, no hyphens, no anything fun. It's just what it is.
Okay.
An
They're
at or
boring.
a slash is going to be in the front. You figure it out. Look around at what everybody else has. It's probably
There
what
it
you need to
is.
put for us. On that note, we can go ahead and just slide right into YouTube. YouTube is going to be the one that we used to be a little bit angry with because we hated the fact that it wasn't the same.
Yep, it was the redheaded stepchild for a little while.
We love YouTube now.
Yeah, it's the redheaded stepchild that went and made a lot of money, right? So now it's our favorite.
It is where our Riddick rat is from. It is where lore is from.
Yeah, we started a whole thing off of Riddick rat.
There's more lore, podcast lore in that than there is anything else that we've done. And that's pre-mascot. That's pre-picture. Like we did that pre-picture, and we love it because the fans. We had a fan.
Yeah, the fan was like, "I like the Riddick rat idea," and he drew our mascot for us
and ran with it. It was great. And so again, to find us at YouTube, that's going to be youtube.com/@KFC Riddicks.
Nice.
Hence the Riddick.
Hence the Riddick rat.
From there, we're going to go ahead and take care of our website. It's the hub. It's where you can find all of the things I've mentioned, some of the things I've not, many other things that we can put there, and I don't know everything in between.
Where all exists.
It's a lot of things. It's definitely where you can find socials. It's where you can find all this other stuff. There are links there. There are downloads there. There are also YouTube links. Everything is there.
When you go, it's just a big swirling infinity loop of power.
If I could make it look like that, I would.
Hey, any of those like cool like CGI animator people want to do that,
do it.
That'd be dope. Throw that on our webpage.
That website's going to be shows.acast.com/Kentucky-fried-critics. Look at that. No dancing.
No dance, nothing. I'm too excited. I
too much celebration to go on.
I have been waiting since day one to do this movie. If you go look at my old notebooks when we were just doing the planning shit, this is the first movie on the list of movies when we came up with this.
With the concept.
Yeah, the whole concept. Yeah. I was like, this movie, I want to do this fucking movie. I goddamn love Galaxy Quest. I'm the most excited person in the room right now, I bet.
We got one more to go. And
one
then
more.
We can start.
All right. Calm.
The last one, it's just going to be our email. If you needed to, you would have already found it on the website. So I mean, this is technically always extra talking, but it is the best place to leave us any kind of suggestions. This is our suggestion box. If you want to send us a movie that we should do, if you want to send us a drink that you think is great, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to
say
talk,
hi,
it's the best place to do
just,
it. It's KentuckyFriedCritics@gmail.com, all lowercase, just like before, and that's it. That's all of our. That's all of them. We can move forward. We can start getting excited.
Our movie.
So obviously, before we say anything about the movie, let's just go ahead and say we're drinking champagne. You guys know, you've seen the pictures.
It wouldn't be a celebration without the bubbly.
We told you that if we were using this episode as a pass, it was an episode we didn't have to come up with a drink for, because we had a good one. Obviously, what do you celebrate with?
Champagne,
right? Like I don't think there was any other option.
No, there's not.
We're not going to worry about telling anybody. We're not worrying about labels on this one.
No,
we're telling you guys, it's just champagne.
Go pick your favorite one.
Yeah, nobody's going to judge. Buy whatever you got to buy.
Sparkling wine. Even.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not that guy.
Not that dude. I don't care if you buy something that came from the Champagne region of France. I'm not judging.
No, do it. Whatever you like, just as long as it's bubbly.
Yeah, that's my main thing. Let it be bubbly.
You can even go get that. What's the Welch's sparkling
add a little bit of your own,
right? Add a little bit of some gin or something in it.
All we're saying is feel fancy today.
Yeah.
If you're gonna listen with us, feel fancy.
Feel fancy,
because we're trying to feel fancy.
We're fancy. You all should be too.
But like we've already said, like Beau's not been able to contain his excitement for today. We are covering Galaxy Quest. You guys have known for weeks. You guys have at least, even before that.
A lot of you are just as excited as me.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of you had let us know that you wanted us to do this one. So that here we are. We are covering this. And again, guys, I'm not trying to make this sound like I don't want to also do it. I love Galaxy Quest.
No, he was trying just as hard as me to find a drink to go with this for the past year.
Plus, I'm a sci-fi fan.
Sci-fi.
You can't be someone, and sci-fi that also specifically loves Star Trek, right? Like, I mean, like, you can't love Star Trek and not enjoy this movie.
This
because
is the best
it is
Star Trek movie that's not Star Trek movie.
I mean, literally, if they would, if someone would have wrote this movie as the next gen cast, I would have loved this. I would have watched this.
That would have been so good,
like a weird meta movie where it's
with
like
Patrick Stewart
part in the real world.
Yeah, dude, that would have been great.
And so, like, and again,
this movie started as a fanfic of that.
No,
it did.
You
totally
definitely did. It was just it was pre that type of time where you'd find it. So yeah, someone wrote a fanfic as a script and then mailed it off, and then they were like, look, I don't think we can't get the rights to those characters,
but we can change enough stuff
to make it a parody, and people will know.
And it was the best.
It was this movie's great. I mean, I can't even say anything else other than that. It's great. It's great.
I'll fight somebody if they try and talk shit about this movie.
It's got great people. So
the whole cast?
Yeah, well, so that'll be our
let's do the whole
slide. Let's go. Well, yeah, so that way we can just get into the movie. Well, we've got very little, like that said, this episode plays a little different. We've got...
Yeah, this is like an ensemble movie.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, this episode just plays different for us because we didn't have a drink to focus on.
Or
it's
anything.
Champagne. You guys know what this is. It tickles your nose. There's nothing to really talk about. So yeah, we've got a little bit of extra time to play here. So yeah, let's get this done so we can get into the movie for sure. Again, it's Tim Allen. We're not here to talk politics, people. We're not here to talk about the weird guy that he is today.
I grew up on Home Improvement.
Me too.
Yeah, so that's why I like Tim Allen.
Well, the only problem is he's even trying to taint that because like he was like, we're gonna do a new one.
No, don't do that.
The reason he's tainting is because he's like, we're gonna do a new one, and he lied and told everybody. He talked to everybody in the cast, and everybody's like, we don't like him, and we've not talked to him for 20 years. I don't know why he told you guys we were doing that.
Yeah, don't do things like that.
So like I said, he's adding a double taint. It's again, I don't think they should do a redo anyway. Like I'm not all for that, especially for a TV show. Like I don't even care if it's a special. Like I don't need that. Like it's one thing to do a reunion where it's just you being like the actor is himself talking to us about like I remember being on set. Those are fine.
The MASH reunion special.
Well, Friends did it for HBO.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Yeah. Those things are great. I don't need you to make me a 20 years later episode.
Don't need the show.
I don't need that, and that's why
he to be acting.
That's what he was pushing for, and B, he was lying about everybody else being on board for it. Like I said, we just need to focus on the Tim Allen we remember. In the 90s, we all loved him. It was before most of us found out about his drug conviction.
Yeah.
We just knew him as stand-up and Home Improvement.
And Home Improvement.
And his stand-up at the time was just Home Improvement.
Yeah, it was. He just kind of went up there and grunted. And
like the backdrop was usually Tool
Time and shit.
Well, it wasn't Tool Time because it was pre the show.
Yeah.
But it was just like Power Tool, fake power, like.
Because all this material was about like
messing
up.
The show definitely came from the material. He's one of those type of stand-up comedians. I think that's enough on Tim Allen. We don't. Most of the people in this movie are the kind of people we don't need to tell you what they've been in. They're so big, it's redundant to tell you what they've been. The thing I do need to make sure we say, though, is this is Tim Allen playing Jason Naismith playing Commander Taggart. I love that about this movie because there is meta level here.
Right.
He is playing a guy who is playing a guy.
I'm a dude playing a dude that's playing another dude.
Right? That's exactly what we got. That's what the whole cast. That's what we got.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Great. The whole movie.
And so we just got to make sure you know everybody because we're obviously going to slide between names. We're going to slide between actor names. We're going to slide between their character names and then their character's names. So just so that way we go ahead and tell you everybody at the start. So the next one then is going to be Sigourney Weaver. Again, we don't need to talk about who she is.
If you don't know who she is, just go away.
Yeah, I mean, all of these people.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there's almost nobody I feel like you shouldn't be knowing who they are. But so she is playing Gwen DeMarco. That's Lieutenant Madison as Tawny.
Yeah.
As Tawny Madison. Lieutenant. But again,
Gwen is Sigourney Weaver's first character.
Well, and again, and you're never going to... You hear Tawny once or twice. You generally only hear Lieutenant or Crewman Madison. Yeah. They don't even use the first name. Like I think it's just like a random person at the Comic-Con says it once or twice or something. Maybe Tim Allen
when they get introduced by the MCs. The only time
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like it's not very
Lieutenant Tawny Madison. It's about the only time it happens. They're pretty good about calling her Gwen through the whole fucking movie.
Yes. Our next person in the movie, Alan Rickman.
The legend.
Yeah, again, can't say we're not going to take the time to talk about all of these people's massive
filmographies.
So we don't need to say anything about that, but I mean, this man is a legend. He can deliver. Again, he's Shakespearean.
Yeah.
He is the character.
He is
he's playing.
this character. This is why he took the part, because it takes the piss out of that guy.
He is a guy who is Shakespearean trained,
Right.
but was doing Die Hard and was doing this and doing Dogma, and he is this guy.
He is this guy.
He wasn't on a sci-fi show, but every other part of this character is what he dealt with in
exactly
his
what he
career.
did.
It's great. I love it.
I was Richard III, 5 curtain calls.
I love it. Like, there's so much, like the amount of like where he must have pulled from real life.
Real life.
For some
He's
of
just
this.
like, I've done this before. I've been in a makeup chair
and
having
said
these
that
exact
to someone.
thoughts as
Yes,
I have.
right.
I was, Julius Caesar at the Westmore or whatever.
I absolutely adored it. I loved it, and I think that's why he really like in the parts later on when it gets emotional. I think that's why there's actual emotion, because he also strikes me as a guy who came to terms with it early on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, maybe right after Die Hard, he still was just like, I can't believe people only think of me as the action bad guy. But later on, he really
owned
just
it.
He adopted it. He owned it. He loved it.
And
Dude,
it
Dogma.
got him the part of Snape later on.
Yes, no, because he could.
What better fucking villain?
Well, and
right?
you need someone who can understand
And make
that,
literally everything he says sound sinister.
Well, but it's just someone that understands the impact on their personal life too. Like, again, like, he's well trained, this and that. But after he did that, he was going to be a huge person to children, right? Like, he was just a guy who was already used to the fact that, like, he knew that doing some of these things would give a different opinion to everybody that saw him, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was a Shakespearean actor, but he is also that guy who has no dick. He is also that guy who fell off, that Bruce Willis kicked off a fucking building. He is also, we can love him because he was able to accept that and not care that he think that he was above that.
Yeah, stop. I can't do these kinds of roles anymore. I'm going back to theater.
Yeah. I love Alan Rickman.
No, he's just like, no, I'm just gonna keep doing this shit.
I absolutely love him.
Acting.
I love
right?
him. He is playing. Almost went so far.
Yeah.
We forgot to do this. He is playing Alexander Dane, who is also playing Dr. Lazarus. I feel like that means that he had a superpower we didn't get to see, where he can come back from the dead.
Something,
right?
Probably
Lazarus,
because that's what Lazarus.
Yeah. Our next character, played by Tony Shalhoub. I love Tony Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub is the best.
I love Monk.
I
love his
13 Ghosts. That's a really good.
I love his dumb character in the Men in Black franchise.
Yeah,
gets his head blown off multiple times.
Back.
Wings. We can't. Even
I forgot he on Wings.
Antonio Scarpacci. Tony Shalhoub plays Fred Kwan as Tech Sergeant Chin. We're gonna go ahead and address this right now because it's too. It will sidetrack every bit of the conversation of the movie if we bring it up when it happens. Because it's jarring. So he is playing a guy whose last name is Kwan, but he's not. He tells us at some point in the movie, way late,
like halfway through the movie, he's just like,
and it's a throwaway line. It's not even like main dialogue, right? Like, it's technically background dialogue, but you can hear him clearly say it
because he's trying to back away from the digital conveyor controls. And she's like, that's not that guy.
So
Kwan's not even my real name.
He is a guy who pretended to be Asian to get hired for an Asian role on this sci-fi TV show.
Yep.
And again, if you don't believe us that that's what happened here, you have to watch
every clip of him on the TV show.
When they show the old parts of the show.
He is doing the squint.
He makes an Asian face. Now, the main reason that we want to address this to everybody is because the movie does not. This is not one of those things where it's there and someone finally, someone addresses it. Yeah. Someone's like, dude, why do you do that?
No, he just does with that face when he's on, because the rest of the movie he doesn't do it. Except there's one scene when they introduce him to the aliens
because he wanted to make sure.
Oh, Sergeant Chin. He smiles and does the squint,
so that way they knew. Other than that, it's not there. So it's definitely one of those things where like it is not addressed out loud, and so I don't want anybody to miss the fact that this is there.
He's a lying motherfucker.
So outrageous.
Cancel him. He took a job from a good Asian actor that should have got that role back in 1982. Yep, Yellowface.
Right,
exactly what it is. Cancel Tony Shalhoub.
No, not Tony Shalhoub. Tony Shalhoub is fine.
Fred Kwan is a bad man.
Yes.
He's a bad man in this fictional universe.
Because he definitely, it was 82, right?
Oh,
That's when
yeah,
they said Galaxy Quest was
and
on.
some network
In 82, he
They're-
definitely took the job from an
Yeah.
Asian man, a real Asian
And this
man.
network producer's not going to pay that much attention. They're just going to go, yeah, his last name is Kwan.
Yeah, no, again,
It's
like
fine.
like originally you told me you thought maybe a producer had told him, and I'm like, no, I totally feel like he went in and lied. I feel like that's what happened.
Yep.
All right, we've got one last person for our full main cast.
Yep.
Technically, they're technically two, I guess, but one main, right? And that's gonna be Daryl Mitchell. He played Tommy Weber, who was playing young Laredo. I love that the
That is
kid's
his
name is Young. Like he's young, but his name is
Young.
Young Laredo. And it was one of those things where like
It took you a while.
it took me like the second time of watching to really like at first I thought the aliens were just wrong. Like that they were just doing it. But then if you watch his introduction, it
says
Young
Laredo.
Laredo. His name is actually
Young. That's his first name.
because they wanted to
And it's not even spelled like it's literally just Young.
well, if we got to address this as Star Trek fans, he is clearly supposed to be
LeVar Burton.
No, he's Wesley Crusher.
Oh, is he Wesley Crusher?
He's young. He's the child actor that was on the
yeah.
show. He was annoying. They all said they didn't like him. He didn't know what he was doing. You didn't.
Oh no! Even the scene where he's just like, "I had all the controls worked out." I've heard Will Wheaton fucking talk
Yes,
about it. Like,
about
he's like,
how
no,
he
I
figured
had
it out
button
himself.
Combinations
Yes.
for shit.
He was supposed to
Activate
be,
the deflector shield. Was
he
this?
is supposed to be our substitute for Will Wheaton. That's
makes
who
more
he is.
sense.
Yeah. There's not technically a LeVar Burton. That's the thing.
because he's the pilot, and LeVar Burton used to be the navigator before he got promoted to engineering.
Well, and not only that, the main thing to remember about this is like characters for Galaxy Quest are not only from the Next Generation because like Taggart is not Picard.
Shatner.
He
He's
is
supposed to be
Shatner.
Shatner,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I mean they jump all over the place.
Shit, Gwen's character is not even really from Star Trek. She's more like Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers.
Well, no,
side chick, right?
She is supposed to be the hot chick that always gets romance. It's just that in Star Trek, that's a
Usually
different
an alien.
character. Yeah, that's a guest star, not a main character. That's
Yeoman Rand. I mean,
yeah,
for like
no.
the first
well,
half
there
of the
are a
first
couple
season.
of girls that fits. Well, there's even, I mean,
The nurse Chapel.
Nurse Chapel. We can't bash Nichelle Nichols. I mean, she's hot. Dude.
Fuck yeah,
say
she
what you
is.
want. Uhura
Dude,
had it.
her was fucking so
It-
hot.
As far as like her appearance wise, they were definitely trying to say she was like that girl of the week. But her role on the ship
Was totally Uhura's role, just
Yeah.
to answer the computer
and repeat
shit.
back.
I love the scene.
We'll
later
address
on.
that. Yeah, I loved it. It was good. It's funny. We went so far off track. I didn't even say the next person like I was going to. After our young Laredo is our unofficial cast member.
Yeah,
who's with them in the movie.
He's crewman number 6.
Well, what's beautiful is he technically never we know it's 6, but he doesn't actually finish that word. He starts to and then he stops himself because he felt like if he said it out loud, he was more likely to die.
More likely to die.
Yeah, but he was gonna say 6. There's no way it was about to be 7.
No,
It
I'm
was
crewman
6.
number 6. Guy. My name is Guy.
My name is Guy. But so yeah, that's Sam Rockwell.
Woo!
Fucking again. Like we said,
I love Sam Rockwell.
this movie is full of people like this, just legends. And so Sam Rockwell is another one. He is playing, like you said, Guy Fleegman. What a fucking name.
No wonder they didn't give us that until the very end of the movie.
Fleegman.
That is
Guy Fleegman.
There's a stupid last name.
As I did not write down his end of the movie name. It was totally over the top badass. He's security officer.
Security
I know.
chief, something badass. It was one of those super Chad names.
Yeah.
At the end.
I didn't write it because again, that's not what we call him in the movie.
No.
And he's one of the few that he just gets called Guy.
Yeah,
right. Like
his
I won't
name
call him anything else.
It's Guy.
Because his backup or red. I'll call him Red Shirt once or twice because that's what he thinks he is.
Yep.
But yeah, he is Guy. But no one calls him crew member number 6. Which would have been hilarious though. Like I would have loved it
When they
if when he got
introduced him
on the alien ship, they knew.
They
like
knew
if they
him
knew
from-
before he did,
crewman number 6.
I would have.
We thought you
loved
died.
That. Yes, dude, that would have been phenomenal, right?
That would have been so good. I got better. You know, like that's his response.
That guy. All right. But again, that's all of our Galaxy Quest members.
Our questers.
Whatever
Questies.
I
I heard 3 different. I heard Questy,
well,
Quester, and Questarian.
Well, they did that on purpose because Trekkies fight about this too.
Who's a Trekarian?
Nobody, but Trekkie Trekker is definitely an argument.
Yeah, that one's definitely there.
The answer is Trekkie.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Trekker sounds weird.
That's stupid. That sounds like you're going on a hike.
It doesn't roll off the tongue well.
Right?
Watch the documentary, too. Trekkies. It will tell you.
It'll tell you. That's what we are. We're Trekkies. Deal with it.
Officially, if it made it to a documentary, that's the answer. But so, yeah, they are our crew of the Enterprise clone.
The protector.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying it's our clone. Our bastardized
Enterprise.
Our
bastardized Enterprise.
From there, though, we'll go ahead and I'll just... I'm not real worried about all of their names, the aliens. We've got a couple... we've got... was it...
Malthazar.
Malthazar, which is just Balthazar, but with an M. And then Teb. Those are the two that I really focus on names for.
Quellic,
yeah.
He's the one that buddies up to
I don't really
Alexander.
think about his name until the very end, because it's when that scene happens, if you didn't know it yet, you'll know it then, right? Like, so
he's the least important of the three.
Definitely. Well, even of some of the, he's got less screen time. He's not up in front of people's faces.
No, he's mostly just there to fanboy.
So like I said, I'm not real worried about telling you everybody there's names. But so I will tell you who's playing our aliens. So we've got our Malthazar, though. He is Enrico. Oh, man. Colantoni. This is a name that's definitely hard for me because I don't know where the pronunciation.
My Kentucky accent will not allow me to do such things.
He is definitely someone you've seen. He's in lots of things.
He's the dad from Veronica Mars.
Well, dude, I mean, I can hit you with a specific thing. He is also the photographer from Just Shoot Me, which is a mid-90s.
Oh yeah, he is with David Spade.
Yeah.
Fuck, I liked that show.
So yeah, I mean, if we want to get crazy, I can get crazy with you. But I'm just saying, he is a those guys.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Most people, you're not gonna immediately again. I can't tell you the name of either of those characters.
I do. I know this. He's the reason that all the aliens talk the way they do with that.
Oh, I can believe that because he definitely has done that voice and other things. I've heard it.
Yeah, that's how he auditioned for the part.
So I have no problem believing that at all. I love him. He is funny. He's again, like even in Just Shoot Me, where he's completely. He is so dorky and off the wall. Again, he is literally an alien. He doesn't understand, and I get that. But in Just Shoot Me, he is the suave photographer, right? Like, I mean, it's not even that he's supposed to be like the
ladies' man.
He is the ladies' man photographer. So again, it's he can play so many characters so well. Like, I love this guy. He's very funny. But beyond him, we'll go ahead. I'll hit the ones that, again, like we did know names for. So we've got Teb, since that's your favorite one.
I love Teb.
Teb, though, has a connection back to another episode of ours. Teb is played by Jed Reese. Jed Reese is the guy from Lake Placid, the one who got his head bit off. The one that you were like, the blonde guy that we followed the head. And I was like, yeah, but remember his hair wasn't blonde.
That's right.
Yeah. That guy. Yeah. That guy.
Poor guy.
He's this guy's been in a lot of stuff. I didn't give him credit in Lake Placid. He's in a lot of things. After him though, we've got Quellic, which is Patrick Breen.
Nice little Star Trek reference there for his last name, the Breen.
The other two we have Missy Pyle, she's the only female alien, yeah. And Rainn Wilson.
Where's he at?
He was the other one, the tall one. And in the very beginning, you see 4 aliens, not 3. And so it's the 3 you were thinking of.
He's the one in the back doesn't say anything.
He says a couple things, really random lines.
Wow.
But that's Rainn Wilson. That is super early Rainn Wilson. This is before you ever thought about The Office. This is before any of that stuff.
Oh, fuck.
Go back and watch it again.
They hit him
Go back and watch it again.
I have no problem doing that.
I figured you wouldn't, but go back and watch it again.
You will look for him now.
You will definitely see Rainn Wilson clear as day.
Hawkwood mud.
As soon as you see him, you'll instantly be like, "How did I not notice it was him?"
I liked him in Discovery when he played Mud and he kept killing fucking one dude over and over and over again.
Keeping the sci-fi connections going.
Yeah,
that's all of our aliens really. Our good guy aliens.
Yeah, good guy aliens.
Then that leaves us with Robin Sachs. That is the guy who played Saris.
Very good job.
Yes.
had to suck being in that costume all day.
That had to have been a lot for sure.
It had to be heavy and hot, dude, but he fucking nails it.
Oh yeah,
he
dude,
is so good.
Like I love that character. There is a lot of dedication.
It's
to,
like a mix between like General Chang and the Zorn.
Yeah, there's
a
lot of
fucking.
There's so much dedication to making that feel like it's a real thing too. Like this guy and this, like, I loved it. It's so good. Can't say enough about it.
Gotta have a good villain, man.
Now we have one last person that needs to get mentioned because he is huge and famous and he has such a small part in this movie, and that is Justin Long.
Yep. It's his first movie, I think.
I'm not sure if it's his first one. It's definitely one of the first.
Super close to it.
Is definitely one of his small. It's definitely an early role because it's small. It's so small.
He nails it though.
As Brandon, our Trekkie,
nerd,
or Questarian,
or
whatever we want to call them.
That makes him sound. So
I want to point out though, they got him to do this because Jason Biggs said no. Because tell me when you see him in his room that it doesn't look like he's wearing the button, like it's a plaid button up. He's rocking the short, fucking spiked up haircut. He's on a webcam in front of a computer. I was literally like,
American Pie?
I was like, Jason Biggs is here?
How much different of a movie would American Pie been if they switched, if it had been Justin Long?
It'd have been better.
Would it? You think it'd have been better with Justin Long in it?
100%. Justin Long is so funny for that type of material. Like walking that line of perverse.
I'm going to have to agree.
And straight-laced.
I'm going to have to agree.
Jason Biggs is really only straight man, right? Like he doesn't, Justin Long would have brought extra.
Yeah, he could have brought more zane to it.
Yeah, instead of just the straight man. That's just my opinion. That's my 2 cents.
It's okay. We got the TARDIS still. The Doctor never came back for her. We can go fuck with that timeline.
Now, the only other person I want to mention, this is super stupid. It's not important.
It's just something you
But
noticed.
It's one of those things that when I was watching the movie, I saw it. I knew it. I didn't even have to look anything up. I knew that this was the guy.
It's that guy.
And it was one of those things that as soon as I said it to Beau, he was like, holy shit.
It is
that guy.
It is that dude.
The friend, Brandon, Justin Long's character has a friend, another Trekkie friend.
Fucking 7 foot tall ginger kid.
Anytime you see Justin Long, you will see this guy because he will even when he's not with him, he'll call him.
Yeah.
If you see Justin Long, you'll see this guy shortly after.
Right hand man.
Yeah,
his number one.
His name is Kyle, the character. He is played by Jeremy Howard. This guy is like 6.5 feet tall, skinny. Super skinny,
right? Like beanpole skinny and like really tall.
This is one of those things where, again, like if you see him and you're not the kind of person who's really good at recognize someone without prosthetics or without CG stuff done to him, you might not be able to do this. But I'm really good at that, like seeing like body types and knowing like Doug Jones.
Yeah,
you knowing him out. Stuff like that. This is one of those type of situations. I can understand if you're not good at that, you will never have made this connection.
Most people aren't nerds like we are. We understand.
But so you have everyone listening has 100% seen this guy because I don't believe anybody out there has not seen Men in Black 2. And so if you've ever seen Men in Black 2, you've seen this guy, Jeremy Howard. He is the mailman, the alien, the one who's sorting the mail behind the scenes. They open the door and he's like, knock it off.
Yeah, he's got the cigarette and he's...
Yes. The poker hat, right? It's the green poker hat. Yeah. That guy.
Same guy.
That is him. It's just been CG stuff done to the face a little bit.
Not even a lot. Like they made his nose a little bigger and took away some chin.
It's a lot really him for sure, yeah. Because he's got a very skinny like long neck and stuff. So yeah, the
homie's got a look.
Yeah. He definitely fit the bill for being the guy for that. And it was one of those things I seen him and I was like, holy shit, that's definitely that guy. Because the red hair, I just instantly, it's not important. Yeah, on that note, we've definitely danced around. We've talked about things in the movie. We're excited. I'm not trying to downplay what we're doing. I'm just saying we should probably go ahead and just start the movie. Yeah. I think we're well enough there.
Started off strong with the awesome Galaxy Quest theme.
Look, no, this theme to
I wish we could I wish we could like edit it in right here. It's so awesome.
The first 4 notes, like before it really starts to show you the Galaxy Quest, even feels like Star Trek, right? They give it the reverb and stuff to where it's got that ambiance.
Right.
But then as soon as you see the Galaxy Quest intro, which is seconds, I mean, we're not even talking about it. It's 4 notes. That's not an exaggeration. It's literally like boom, boom, boom. and it's all like it sounds like it's coming. Well, then it immediately sounds like it's coming from a 1982 television.
It's awesome.
And it gets cheesier. But the first four notes had that like, am I watching a Star Trek motion picture? Right? Like it had that kind of epicness to it.
Jerry Goldsmith?
Right?
You?
It had that ambiance, right? Like that depth to the notes.
It immediately goes into the wild trumpet shit.
Yes, oh yeah. To let you know that it was a hokey
I could love it.
show from back in the day.
And we get to watch some of the Galaxy Quest TV
How it
show.
started. Overly cheesy.
Oh, it's so cheesy. It's like a mix between... It's like Next Gen if they had no budget.
Well, this is my problem. Every show that, again, and I love this movie. I love a good parody. Yes. I love parody. But anytime somebody wants to parody Star Trek, like especially old Star Trek, which is what they kind of want to go. So this is 82. It's pre what would have been Next Gen 2.
That was 87.
Yeah, so it's pre that. They're definitely wanting to try to poke it like that kind of cheesy. And old Star Trek was cheesy. I'm not going to be a person that tries to defend it for not being kind of cheesy and kind of hokey.
The sets were better. It was never that bad.
Not even just that. Like it was never like the writing was never as cheesy. The people were never flashing the fake smiles.
Yeah.
This is always what shows want to make people who don't watch Star Trek think it is. Yeah. And it's like, dude, it's not that bad. They are going not just over the top, but so far over the top, it's almost not recognizable back to the source material.
Yeah, we all joke about Shatnering a scene, but it's not that bad. We do it.
We come from a place of love as the fandom, right? Yeah. Like it's just like when you pick on your little brother, right? Like
I can, you can't.
Well, and you're never actually going for the throat punch. You're just ribbing him a little bit, right? Like yes, he overacts, but it's not as bad as we all say it is. We just like to give him shit for the fact that he does. Yes. It's never like, it's not the Family Guy.
Yeah, it's not like Family Guy. There's some thing.
And again,
something on the wing.
It's not Family Guy's fault. That is a common thing that people did about Shatner way before that. He is not that bad.
No.
He does not pause that long. He does do it.
He does, but it's not as...
it's not as pronounced as any of these things want to say. And so, like, I do love this parody TV show of Galaxy Quest, but they are definitely going for that. This is not actually what Star Trek ever felt like.
Yeah.
To me, kind of like moments here. And again, some of the show we see later, I would say, no, that's 100% Star Trek.
Season 3.
But this moment right here, I was just like, I don't think this is the embodiment we should have started this
no,
movie
probably
with.
not.
I mean, this movie, they cranked it to 11.
Oh, yeah.
For this Galaxy Quest. Yeah.
Comedic effect.
Yeah.
Especially Tim Allen with the captain sitting in the chair.
Well, everybody right now, like, again, so this is the moment where we get to see all of it. Like, we get our first pan across Quan giving his Asian chin face. We get our first look at our Vulcan wannabe from Dr. Lazarus. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a mixture of a Vulcan and a Klingon. They've smashed them together.
Well, I guess a little bit because he does have the war cry.
Yeah.
But they definitely, again, if it's Alan Rickman, they're making the Leonard Nimoy. Well, and they're making the Leonard Nimoy connection, right? Like, because he was also a guy who was like, I'm a serious actor. I'm above this at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't call me Spock.
Yes. So he is definitely taking liberty from that kind of angle for sure. But yeah, we see this our alien wannabe. There's always an alien on the crew, on the main crew.
Yeah.
The command crew? What's the right word for that?
Bridge crew.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what they call them in Star Trek. Command staff.
Yeah. I was trying to think if they'd said it in this, because this fake show has its own terminology.
Yeah, they don't want to use anything that remotely
and I'll give them credit
Star
for that.
Trek-y.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
But sometimes it does give for some really weird ones where I'm like, I don't know if that actually works. That's why I was trying to think if they used one. I don't think they did, though. I don't think they had a name for their people on the bridge. But yeah, when we see like I said, our Wesley Crusher wannabe. Again, how you saw this little kid and the fact that they kind of got annoyed at him when they were talking to him.
I just saw the driver. He drives the ship. So did LeVar Burton for the first 3 seasons.
I don't even know if it was that long.
Was it that? No, it wasn't that long.
It was one.
Season
it was
2 when he got promoted.
Yeah, he was permanently in engineering after that. You just think that he was always on the bridge. He wasn't. He was on the bridge a lot for engineering, but he wasn't always
chief engineer. You're on the bridge a lot. Shouldn't you be down there?
Yeah,
like Fred in this whole movie, he barely is on the bridge. He's down in engineering with his boys.
You never see him.
You never see him
on the screen.
He comes like he's an old man using a fucking iPhone.
The other thing I want to point out about this scene where we saw the Asian face from Tony Shalhoub is that the fact that he gave the Asian face and they were trying to do the de-aging, because again, this was supposed to be like 20 years or 15 years
like
or something before.
And shit. It's got to look 80s, right?
Well, no, like literally they even did stuff like with his forehead. And stuff. Did you not notice? Like it all looked really smooth and weird, like plasticky, shiny.
I think they just put like some latex over
cover up them
wrinkles.
This movie came out in 99. They weren't doing anything like...
Yeah, there's no CGI fix.
Yeah. This wasn't like de-aging with AI or anything.
You would have noticed it real bad if they tried that.
But it was so crazy, like the combination. Like anytime when you see the 80s footage of him make the face with the makeup or whatever it is, it's just like, damn, dude, what are you doing right now?
Trying real hard to be Asian. He wants to keep that job, man.
The other thing is, if we're going to talk about what people look like, is again, I don't know if it was just something they did for this, if they were trying to make a funny nod because of the time era of when this would have been for Tim Allen. He looked coke skinny. Did he not?
He did.
For the 82
like
footage?
The jacket is a little too big and he's got the full, like, he has the same hair he did back then too. They went hard.
I legit was like, are they trying to make a reference to the fact that in 82 he was in trouble for coke?
The makeup department's got his like mug shot.
And thought they were going to make fun of. Yeah.
Just take the mustache off.
Because I'm telling you right now, that's exactly when I saw him. I was like, dude, what are they doing? He looks too skinny right now. We see him in 5 minutes. He's not actually that skinny. They did this. Someone made the choice to make him look like that for 1982.
Maybe they did that first and then gave him time to like get in shape, because he's got the scene where he takes his shirt off later and he's like, man, I don't want to be flabby.
I guess. Like, I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe. I want to live in a world where it's a writer poking fun at the coke. Yeah. Making fun of his drug habit. That's the world I want to live in. You used
to do cocaine.
Because I think that's a funny...
We're going to put you in an oversized jacket and give you the same shirt or the same hair.
I feel like it's just a funnier gag that way.
Especially when he doesn't catch on to it. They're just back there going,
we quickly scroll out of this episode to find out that we're at a convention.
Yeah, it leaves off with the cliffhanger, like activate the Omega
last
13.
Episode. Yeah, this is footage from the last episode ever. Well, now the part that bothered me is when they make the announcement about it right now, they don't imply that there was never a second half.
They would never do that, would they? Even if you canceled the show, they wouldn't end it that way.
No, it happened to shows back in the day, for sure. Yeah, because back in the day, sometimes you would do that hoping that's what would get you renewed.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like, look, regardless of how you wrote it, your numbers aren't good enough.
You're not getting another season, I'm sorry.
So I believe that it could. My problem is just strictly that the announcer doesn't say there is no second. He said that was just the conclusion of the first half of a two-part, right? Nothing in what he said implied that there was not that they didn't film the second one. That they never had a script for the second one. Again, I'm jumping ahead, but we know for a fact that this is the last information that any of the actors have.
Yep. This is it. This is the last
about
day
the fate
of
of these characters, right?
We were going to push that button and we have no idea.
Because they don't know what that device did, which means they never saw a script that told them what that device did. So again, it's just weird that this is Comic-Con. That announcer would have been like, and this was the last one. He wouldn't have said this was the first of a two-part episode. Or even if he would have said that, he would have said it's the first of an unfinished two-part, right?
Yeah, like, something.
That guy never made any addressing to it. And so it felt weird to me later when the aliens were like...
That's Sam Rockwell, too, doing it, too.
Yeah. He's one of the people.
You're one of
his character was dead then, though.
He's already dead. Yeah.
He didn't care about what happened to the people.
He seems obsessed with the show. He should know better.
Well, they all are in their own way because it is their cash cow.
Yeah. He has like nice MC work out of it at conventions, it seems like, because he follows them off to do the tech store later, too.
Well, he's just, I mean, shows are like that. Yeah. Early sci-fi conventions were like that. Like everybody and anybody that thought people might want to see them would go. And so you would get you would get crewman number 6 and things like that, as if they were just as important as some of the other stuff.
I would be thrilled to meet crewman number 6.
If I recognized
if I could remember you, if you told me where you were,
if you told me which episode,
oh shit, I do remember.
I'd be that's dope, yeah, and I would go back and then I would probably recognize you for the rest of my life, and I'd tell people that guy.
I met that guy.
Pretty cool dude. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
How about some more champagne?
That works. Yeah, so we see that, like we said, it's a convention. We then get to see our people, our actors in the dingiest of dingy green rooms. What is this? Like, the convention center didn't seem that bad.
Nice, but this is like,
but this green room,
a nasty ass locker room.
Was this the custodian's locker room?
I guess, I don't know. It was so gross.
I can't believe that this was a green room in the nice convention center we just saw.
They just put like some lawn chairs and like a folding table with a mirror on it.
Out of everything in the movie, and this is a fantastical movie, that might have been the most unbelievable thing in it, is that was the green room for these people at this convention. Especially because, as far as we can tell, right, the movie doesn't give us clear answers for sure, but this is supposed to be the day one of the actual Galaxy Con.
Galaxy Con.
Because later on we hear that it's day 3 and they didn't show up, right? So this is literally it's not even like a general sci-fi convention, and
this is theirs.
Yeah, and they're just some guests. They are the guests.
Could you imagine throwing the fucking Enterprise crew in a dingy ass janitor's closet?
Here's the thing.
Like
we say that, and I bet you, if we listen to like George Takei talking back in the day,
I bet. Yeah, no, you're right.
He's probably got some stories about like 1985 conventions being this cheap.
Probably. I'm gonna go look. It's probably where they got the idea.
So again, it's one of those things we just don't want to believe it, because to us,
it's like,
us as sci-fi nerds,
they're respected.
They're superstars.
Yeah.
Right? Like, to us, these people, like, to
Roll
me,
red carpet, give them whatever they want.
To me, Picard is 10 times cooler than anybody you want to go see at a rock concert. Shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm gonna go talk to Patrick Stewart.
I'm telling you right now.
If Riker's there, I'll fight.
Jonathan
Get
Frakes,
out of the way.
Gargoyles. That man's done so many cool things.
Right. Fact or fiction?
Yeah.
It or
no,
not.
I love fucking Jonathan Frakes. He's done so many
directed
cool things.
He's more than his fair share of your favorite TV show.
Oh, definitely.
Go look.
Definitely.
He has done a lot of your favorite TV shows.
We gotta get off that. Yeah, I bet you, though, conventions back in the day.
Yeah, probably.
They can probably tell us all of them. Even the beginning of like next gen, like 88, 89, 90, because they would have started going to conventions early, those guys, because they had already built up fan bases.
And it's already a thing at that point.
So I bet you we can see stories that it's that bad. But for this to be like, for these guys, because again, this is a nice convention. At the time that they would have been in a closet, like Takei and them, it would have been a shitty, tiny venue, right? By the time you're at a venue this big...
Community center in fucking Pikeville.
Yes. By the time you're at a venue like this, you should be able to get a legitimate
they're clearly
green room.
still in like LA and shit at a big fucking thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, dude drives there from his house.
From
his house is... Yeah, definitely way up in the LA hills for sure. Dude, like the glass windows and shit.
House on the stilts and shit.
But yeah, so we see that we see in the green room, though, that all of our actors are pissed off. Everybody's there except for our main man,
Jason Nesmith, the Captain Taggart.
Yeah,
he's Commander Taggart.
Get it right.
Because they really did not want any references to Star Trek. We're not even going to call him Captain. He is Commander.
But so yeah, he's not there, and they're all pissed. He does this all the time, apparently, right? Now, this is what I think is funny though. Like, they're so mad at him because he's late. When we see him and find out why he's late, fuck them, right? Like, this guy loves his fans.
Yeah, he does.
This guy gives the fans what they're wanting when they show up. This guy knows the lore well enough to be able to talk to the fans when they talk to him.
He's just as much of a nerd as they are. That's why he can interact with them the way he does.
I don't know if
he's just as into all this as they are.
I don't think that he's actually just as much a nerd. This is his, like I said, I don't think the motives are good. I just think he does a really good job. This is his cash cow. And so if the way to make sure the people who love him is to be able to talk to them about the episodes, he makes sure he knows enough about the episodes to talk to them. Which is also why whenever he did lose it on Brandon, he did not know what Brandon was talking about, right? Like, I mean, that was very clear.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, he knows enough to skirt by. It's the delivery. It's the fact that he comes in and he is genuinely happy and he's excited and he, like,
None
of the rest of them fucks do that.
Fuck no, dude. You got
they
fucking...
all, even in front of the
Alexander
fans.
is so done. Like even before they go on stage, he's just sitting at the mirror being like, I was an actor. I used to be a fucking actor.
So was the young fucking... He was like that, dude. Like, right? He was totally like, I don't even want to be here. And it's like, dude, does anybody even recognize you? As a child star, you might not look the same as an adult now.
You were 5 when you were on the show.
Like,
nobody
you gotta hope that people know what you look like. Yeah.
Hope your face didn't change too goddamn much.
So again, I just felt like it was so bullshit for them to be mad. When it's like, you guys get money still because he comes and delivers things that the fans like.
Yep, you should just be
if it was the rest
riding
of you,
that fucking coattail.
If it was the rest of you and no Naismith, then I promise you right now there never would have been a second convention.
No, probably not.
Because they were all so piss poor, flat fucking, I don't want to be here.
I'm not saying that stupid line.
Right? That's not how you get it. You get it by doing like he did and going out and immediately yelling, never give up,
never surrender.
That is how
Damn the resonance cannons and full speed ahead, huh?
That is how you get them, right? That is how you get more
play
conventions.
Into their bullshit.
Well, again, like I said, they were just wrong.
No, they're totally wrong.
He was late because he was coming from fans that he was helping them shoot
a fan
movie in their basement. Shut up.
Yes.
These guys are
and you know they didn't pay him a lot.
No. So again, all of the rest of them are assholes.
Yeah, they are. You're just too good to go do the fan film.
He cares and loves the fans, and instead of seeing that for what it is, they all want to bash him being like, he's such a dork. He does, it's like, no, he genuinely fucking, he's into it.
Right?
He loves the fans for loving him. Which, again, this is based on Shatner. This is the opinion that most of them had on Shatner. Most of the rest of the cast all thought he was just hamming it up to ham it up. Most of us fans are like, no, dude, Shatner's the dopest. Because he leans into it with us.
You got to lean into it. At the scene later when he goes to the bathroom and the dudes go in there making fun of him and shit.
It's horrible.
Dude, that's a thing that actually happened to Shatner.
It's horrible.
Like, he heard the rest of the cast like making fun of him backstage at a show one time and shit, and was like,
yeah, well, I mean, it's not a secret. Him and Takai had a lot of issues. And which is funny though, because
fuck you.
Well, which is funny because nowadays Takai is just as much the same as Shatner used to be, right?
Yeah,
like he hams it up, he leans into it. He loves it.
Really
He's done the shirt off.
Show the abs. Fuck yeah.
He still does that when people ask.
I mean, he's like 80 and he's still got them. That's impressive.
So I think it's funny though that it took him longer to evolve there, right? But he still got there. Shatner just
was a showman from day one.
He just knew. Right? He was like, look, we got to embrace these people.
If
they're not going anywhere.
They're not going to make any more Star Trek movies, guys. If we keep these people liking us, we still have a job. We can make shit tons of money doing this, just talking to people.
Every now and then throwing out a beam me up.
Yeah.
I agree.
Set phasers to stun, and I'm $25,000 right there.
He does finally show up. They're still pissed at him. We hear why he was late.
Yep.
Fuck them. It's great. I love this.
It's a great
reason.
And
again, 99 is this era of when people did that. Like, I remember when fan films of Star Trek were coming out and pretty decent looking ones in 99.
There's like one that's like called Araxis or something like that.
Dude, there are some good ones. And they, again, paid for like...
It's got Chekhov in it.
Yeah, no, paid for a lot. Like, I think Tim Ross is in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
See, you can
do this if you really want to. And so, yeah, like, people can say what they want. This was an era where that kind of thing actually happened.
That's awesome.
It's awesome that he did it. It's awesome for the fans. It makes that fan film slightly more legitimate. Because, again, this is the era of some of those fan films getting picked up and then actually being further produced and stuff. Or scripts, at least. Like,
and it's like, this is before YouTube and shit. So like back then, man, it was way harder.
This is how you did it.
Now it's like, if you got a camera, you can go make a fucking movie.
Fuck that if you got a phone.
If you got a phone, you can go make a movie now.
So yeah, you can say what you want. He was doing great work by doing that.
Then, Alexander tries to leave.
Yeah, he tries to
sneak out. He even has the trench coat over his head.
Like you had already mentioned, he throws out the "I'm not going to say that goddamn line." Not again. Never again.
By Grabthar's hammer.
By Grabthar's hammer.
By the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
That's later. The first one. Give me a second. Oh yeah, no. That's right. Later we get the full speech after that, right?
Yeah.
We get the other pieces. Sorry, that's what got me confused. I was about to be like, no, it's not that. That I thought you were gonna give the full speech. I was like, no, we hear so much more later because he gives us another weird name later on too, right? Like it's whatever's by this oath, and I was like, God damn, what are we doing here? They really fleshed that out. Yeah, it's by Grabthar's hammer, you shall be avenged. And it's like, dude, I want to see the episode that came from.
Right? It looked dope because he's like waving the flag on the.
Well, again, if we're gonna keep referencing what the real Star Trek thing they're making a reference to here is that's Wrath of Khan.
Yeah,
they're totally it's the Khan, like that's what they're trying to do here because he was totally like So what's funny though is like they grab him, they get him, they convince him to go back in.
The way he gets him to come back, he's like, nothing you say could ever make me go, and he's just like, the show must go on. Damn you.
Well, my favorite part though is that he was like, I'm still not saying the line.
And as soon as he walks
and he
out,
doesn't have to. They've got it playing over the PA
behind
system.
Him.
It's fucking
the look
hilarious.
On his face.
Yes, dude. So defeated. So deflated.
God damn it, I can't get away from it.
Then we have, like you said, and like I mentioned, this is the way you should do it. We have Commander Taggart, Jason. I know it's a J.
Jason
Nesbitt. Jason come out and he does what you should do.
Yeah.
He hams it up. He delivers the lines in unison
with the fucking recording behind him and shit. Crowd's loving it. Big pop, right?
Now, that being said, I will say when he delivers the never give up, never surrender line, it sounds like it could have been Buzz Lightyear.
It does. Even though he did do the voice.
Well, I mean, I know that he did the voice, but I'm just saying he delivered it like he was being Buzz Lightyear, not like he was being this character.
They're both space things. They're rather
I
similar.
understand where the overlap is. I mean, it's great. It was just one of those things where when you hear it, it's almost like, am I about to see Buzz fly across the screen right now?
Give me a to infinity. You know you want to.
Oh man, if they would have, I'm glad
just once.
I'm kind of glad they didn't lean that far into that. I would have been upset. I need this.
I would have let him get away with it. One to infinity.
But after they finally finish on the stage, they're gonna walk off the stage and they run into our aliens,
the Thermians, termites, whatever.
Now,
they're called.
and again, you not reckon Rainn Wilson is in this group. He's already there.
Yep, did not recognize him.
He's the tallest. Again, he's the tallest one. He's in the background.
Malthazar takes it because he starts doing that weird voice.
Well, he does the weird voice immediately, and he says something about like,
we need your help.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, this is for the thing,
the gig tomorrow.
And make sure you get me a limo because the last people forgot.
They shoved me in the back of a Toyota, and they're just all like, oh, okay.
Then he says, and mum's the word. This was my favorite. They both, all of them, all four of them, they all start going,
looking at each other like, is that right? Mum.
These guys, it's so genius. Like everything, every
I
time
love
they're
the
on
movie
screen
for this. Like they're like, it's 5 minutes into this movie. There's the aliens right there. Like they get to this shit pretty quick.
And again, they are great too. Like every time they're on screen, it's beautiful. Jason quickly walks past the alien, ignoring them. And they're like, what? And then we see the crowd of Gwens, right? Or excuse me, of Lieutenant
Madison.
Yes,
there it is.
Madison.
Lieutenant
Man,
Madison.
We're gonna be bad about this, aren't we? Sigourney.
Sigourney Weaver.
But so yeah, there's a whole crowd of
photo ops with them and shit.
So this is where we get not a Star Trek reference, but definitely sci-fi. This is supposed to be
7 of 9 and shit. Like that.
No, there being this many of them at a convention is supposed to be a Slave Leia.
Oh yeah.
If you're gonna go Star Wars at a sci-fi convention, you're gonna see 8,000 Leias.
Yep.
And so that's what this is supposed to be. Again, this is, even though the generally going Star Trek, it is definitely overall still wanting to hit a lot of sci-fi tropes. Yeah. And so like certainly at the convention, we're gonna make some other sci-fi jokes in here. I feel like they were definitely wanting to go for that angle more. Would it even have been? I don't even know if it would have been 7 of 9 era.
99, yeah.
Voyager
Voyager was out by
No,
then.
Voyager was out, but she didn't join the cast till season 5, dude. or
When
4.
did Voyager start?
I don't know, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it would have been close. So it would definitely
super close.
So I don't think it would have been close enough that she'd have been taking over conventions like that.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, that was where I say
it
couldn't have been.
I'd have to go look.
At best, we could have had this be in Dax, but
maybe
that's the close. I mean, that would have been the only one that would have worked timeline wise.
Yeah,
that could have been on screen long
Voyager's
enough.
97, so it would have been still on like season 2. She's not there yet.
I'm telling you, dude. That's what I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe
Major
no. It's
Kira,
like maybe 95, 96. She wouldn't have been there yet. We're dorks. Sorry, I'll find a way to try to keep that.
It's fine.
I just mean the way we started it.
When nerds get together, the nerd arguments happen.
Yeah.
When did things happen? Who and in what order?
But yeah, so either way, we have a lot of Gwens.
A lot of Gwens. They're everywhere, and with varying degrees of wig.
And being taught by the real Gwen how to do the martial arts, the fake martial arts poses. I loved it so much. And then when Jason walks up to her and starts talking to her and like kind of puts some moves on her and she shoots him down. Did you hear one of them bitches let out the loudest audible sexual gasp about it? Like not even just like a surprise gasp.
Talking, it was like
she was like, it was yes. I was like, whoa, that extra needs to walk away from the boom. Right? Like
I'm sitting there, I'm just like, man, I mean, Nesmith could take any one of those 3 bitches
obviously
home. Or all of them.
It was crazy how, like, again, like that lady was standing so close to a microphone. I can't believe that somebody didn't catch it and tell her to back the fuck up.
Like, you're just an extra. Calm down.
Right? Like, it was a little bit intense. Then once he gets shot down, he says, well, fuck it. And he makes his way to the bathroom. I love the bathroom. I don't love where it goes. I love the walk into the bathroom.
When it's just the line of fucking aliens
7 of
taking
these
a
exact
piss.
same alien like this.
If you went to a Star Trek convention, it'd just be Klingons and Ferengi up against the wall.
Like we said, going into the bathroom, it's so funny seeing all of these people. And again, that's what I convinced. I mean, that's what going to a con. That's what it is. I've been to a few. That's what it is.
Superheroes, aliens,
you see
everything.
You see the weirdest stuff when you walk. You see people. You see like if you go to the food court, you see the weirdest shit at the food court because it's just like all these people snacking on like a foot-long sub or some shit, and you're like, well, that's weird looking.
Got Leatherface over there eating a salad.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It's very funny. Comic cons and conventions and stuff are so fun.
One day I'll get to go to one.
They're fun for sure. Yeah. So this is the moment though, like you mentioned earlier. Asshole.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Why were these guys even there?
That's what I said. I said, who the fuck are these? These aren't fans.
No, they're there just to rag on everybody and make fun of it.
Fuck
and shit.
them,
and personally, if I was one of those dudes in that bathroom, I'd have beat the shit out of these guys.
Conventions like this are supposed to be safe spaces for us nerds.
And you
fuck a bunch of you coming in and trying to make me feel like I don't belong at my own goddamn convention.
Spot. Yeah, this is my place. You're the asshole. Don't need to be here.
Right? Fuck
you don't
this.
like my fucking Star Trek?
He should have walked out that door. If he'd have kicked that door open, then fans would have been like,
oh shit, they would have shit their pants.
The fans in the bathroom would have jumped on the other guys when they realized he was there.
The commander's here. Get him.
They were making fun of him and he's here?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been,
it would have been a bloodbath. Nerds have a vicious side.
He should have just walked outside. It'd have been that easy.
Mm-hmm. But it makes him feel super bad.
And this is what leads to the worst fan interaction ever. Fucking poor Brandon, dude. He does not deserve this.
No, because he's being just like any fan would.
Justin Long walks up as our fan Brandon. He's in full
uniform, man.
Looks just like the aliens. Looks just like that. He could have been, because since he has
the hair and
since
shit.
He has that Jason Biggs haircut. And he's not spiking.
Just needs to walk a little weird, and he's fine.
Well, because he's not spiking the front up right now. He's got it laid down, so he looks so much like them. Because they all look like they're like taking showers in hard water or some shit. You know what I mean? Like their hair all lays really weirdly flat.
It's plastic. It's not real hair.
I don't know, but his even looks like that right now. Like, it's so funny that he looks this much like an alien, one of those aliens,
the Thermites.
Yeah, without trying. Yeah,
what the fuck are they called? I've watched this movie 9 million times.
I just call them the aliens.
Because Tim Allen never calls them the same.
No, he says something different every time. Exactly.
He calls them Dalmatians at one point.
Yeah, so poor Brandon, though, he showed up at the wrong time. He gets fucking berated.
Yeah, because he's got like a technical
Jason.
question about the ship, and he just goes off. He's just like,
nobody fucking cares.
There is no
it doesn't exist.
Quantum flux. There's
real.
No beryllium sphere.
Go
There's
away.
No goddamn ship.
Get out of my face. Fans
pushes the fan out of the way.
Fans don't deserve this. He's treating them the way the rest of those people did, right? It's definitely a rough scene, though, where you really feel... Like, if you're a sci-fi fan, you feel so bad.
For Jason... not Jason,
for
but
Justin Brandon. Yeah, his Brandon character.
You're just like, because, he, like, waited for that, and they had that. He's just like, I've wanted to know the answer to this question forever.
When he walks
and I
off,
know it's stupid.
When he walks off deflated is the first time you can get a look at his goddamn tall friend.
He was gigantic.
The Men in Black guy. He is outrageously tall.
So he's like 7 feet tall, 14-year-old dude.
I feel like it's weird to have cast him because it had to be hard to get him in frame with Justin Long.
Right? Because he's
like,
literally
what a weird choice. To make it hard
gotta
for
take
you
a
to
low
film
angle so they can get him in there.
They did too, though.
Right? They
did. It's so crazy.
I just had him be on his knees. He's tall enough. They wouldn't have been able to just know the difference.
But so now that it's over, it's done. He's done with the convention. He goes home, wasted. He gets wasted.
We get the phone call. Gwen and Alexander call each other. She's like, I've never seen him do that and shit. And Alexander's just like, he's like, I have been telling you people for years. Yes. He is mentally unstable.
Nobody wanted to believe me.
Says the man who hasn't taken off his fucking prosthetic head yet.
That's fine.
He's in his house, though.
Whatever. He just got there, I guess.
It doesn't seem like it because it's like dark and he's looking for food.
I said I guess.
He knows he has to put it back on tomorrow because they gotta go back and do that thing. So he's like, fuck it, I am not waking up to put this thing on.
When you don't have a full crew to do it for you.
Dude, yeah, because he's doing it all himself.
Yeah, maybe that is what it is.
He does not take it off through the whole movie.
So then we see Tim Allen wake up at home, miserable, hating everything. Yeah. Life was shitty.
Somebody's knocking on his door.
Now, this is the one thing I gotta say. All them people can say what they want. If all of them have the kind of money that he has from this role, fuck all of them.
Yeah.
That man is living in a nice house.
Well, so was Gwen. If you looked at her apartment at the very least looked really nice.
Alexander's place wasn't bad.
Right? That's better than mine.
Still a house. And he owns it. You know
just
it.
Didn't have any food. Poor guy. One egg.
Well, for all we know, that's just because he's been traveling doing these conventions.
That's true. He hasn't been to the
store. It doesn't
store.
have to be because he's poor.
They were giving the impression that Alexander's bad with his money, though.
Well, again, bad with his money doesn't mean
that's
poor.
His fault.
That's his fault.
His motherfucking fault. Ain't got shit to do with Jason.
But yeah, like this house is super nice. Like that's the one thing I want to say. And though, like I said, gives us the extra reason for why he does his crowd work.
Yeah.
He understands the golden egg that he has.
Right. The fans
he said,
paid for this.
I'm not acting anywhere else.
Right.
I need to make sure I make money, and I do that by making the people who like this thing
I keep
happy.
I keep them happy. I keep my fucking $150 scotch and my glass house.
Right? Up in that
up
Hollywood
on the side
hills.
of a fucking hill,
you know,
on stilts.
It is what it is.
It's so weird.
So then the aliens show up, knocking on the door. He's confused. He thinks they're the limo people. He thinks they're the limo people. He still thinks it's for another convention or another like fan film or something.
He's like, oh yeah,
you are our last hope.
You are our last hope. I love that fucking guy.
Oh my god, dude, so good.
He's not listening either. He's just like looking for a shoe and shit.
We have secured your
limousine.
Oh. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Why didn't you say so?
They're rolling out and they start to tell him like the full history of their fucking people. And he's just like, I'm just going to close my eyes just real quick.
Dark period of discontentment fell over the land. I love Teb when he's doing this
so
history
into
report.
it.
It's so good.
Flubins and Fleebins fighting each other. The foolishness.
And then Balthazar hits him. What do you require for the mission? No, it was somebody else. Right? What do you require for the mission? What do you require for the mission?
Coke would be nice. Coca-Cola?
He said weapons.
Yeah, weapons, documents, any security measures. It's like, I just need a Coke, man. And some Advil.
That might be Rainn Wilson that asked him those questions.
I think it might be.
Sorry, I was just having that thought. Like, 4 of them.
You'd think I would
be
know
okay.
since I watched this movie like 3 times in the last 72 hours,
Yeah,
but whatever.
It's okay. They all look the same, the aliens.
They really did. They did a
flat
great
black
job
hair, white
making
faces.
everybody look really uniform.
It's hard to tell.
Teb, because he has the mole.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like it.
The mole is what really helps. Exactly. He's totally just not even grasping what's being said to him, though, right? Like he. It's a mix of not listening and not believing, right? Like
and
when
hungover too.
like every like 8th word that he does hear, he's like, no, that's not true.
He's like, whatever.
Right?
I'm just. Then he just passes out.
Well, because they did something.
There was something in that Coke.
Well, I promise there was, dude. Like, he was awake enough that there's no way he would have totally went as unconscious as he does right here.
Yeah, even hungover, you're not passing out that quick.
Not like this.
No, and not notice that the car got sucked up into fucking space.
If that's even what happened, was it the whole car, or did they all just get
teleported? I don't know. Was
right?
it the? Well, no.
Well, they couldn't have been
because
couldn't have been the teleportation.
Doesn't work on their DNA. It's just
plus they've never had a successful run.
Yeah,
which means
because Tech Sergeant Chen's not there.
Yeah, so we have no idea how he got there. Okay,
all we know is the car goes up and away, and a dog barks at it. Then he wakes up on the ship. And this shit is so gross. The drool when he fucking wakes up, it's all over his face. Ugh. Did not need that in HD.
Well, the other thing before we leave the car, we have to mention that the girl had the broken translator.
Oh yeah, he's like she doesn't talk. It's all her translators.
And he's like, no, but I need to hear her talk. She needs to talk. I love that he heard that and he still was just like, okay,
yeah, sure,
whatever.
I guess he just runs into a lot of weird ass fans.
Yeah, maybe
you run into weird people in this line of work.
But yeah, so the main reason I wanted to bring that up is because like that sound effect we hear right there makes so much sense when we see the aliens later. Like like it's one of those things where like they did such a good job with the visual to match whatever that sound was. Like I truly believe that this sound we heard from her mouth is what the weird tentacle mouth
squid aliens would make.
Right?
Yep.
I love that. It's such an amazing attention to detail.
It really is, and it's just one of the like
for a throwaway scene
out of nowhere,
for a throwaway joke, for a joke just to be like, she can't talk.
Yeah,
it was good. It's good. But yeah, then he wakes up on the ship, like you said. Second hangover,
I guess, because he's just
right. Like it's so funny. He wakes up and he's
still like, oh god, fuck.
Well, it's not even like
I said.
Where am I at? By the point that they get transported, he was awake enough that this should he should have been like, why am I doing this a second time?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he was fully eyes awake by that
enough
point
to walk out and get into a car.
It's wild for him to be like
How
now
long was he
all of a
asleep?
sudden, and just be like act like it's normal, like act like he slept that hard in the limo,
right,
out of nowhere,
and not in the limo anymore,
right?
I would be way more confused and scared. These
he just
goes brought me to a strange area.
Not him. He just goes with it.
He's like,
just good.
This is really nice. This is a nice. Usually it's like made out of cardboard and shit.
Can't believe you guys were able to do this.
We all went all out.
Would you like your uniform, sir?
No, I'm gonna skip that. I got this thing in Van Nuys in like 15 minutes.
We'll just do it like
bullshit. You're gonna get there in 15 minutes.
We're gonna do it like this. Just like this, okay?
Yep. Not shaven, sunglasses, baggy fucking
on
shirt.
The walk there, we hear that the bad guy's name is Saris.
Yep. He is a bad guy. He has killed our people, taken our women, enslaved us in the mines, and he's just like,
we are the last hope.
He's just like, oh, okay, cool. So like, do you want me to just wing this, or you got pages for me?
And they're looking. That's the first time where they're like, what?
What?
I don't understand what that means.
He's in here, right?
Okay, let's go this way. They get on the well, this isn't even the bridge, right?
Yeah, it's the bridge. He sits in the captain's chair and shit.
It's just we don't get the wide angle.
Yeah, we don't get the wide shot. We don't see the full.
We can't see the other control boards. Yeah. But yeah, so he gets there, and on the view screen, it's so funny. He walks in, and his face instantly was like, the VFX budget for this is insane.
Great. That looks fantastic.
You guys are doing this from your mom's basement?
Not right. Like, wow, you all are really good. That looks
this is
real.
Amazing.
That's scary.
That's better than anything that we actually had on the show.
Yeah.
I love too the sign of the times that his sunglasses were the Cyclops glasses. Did you notice this?
Yeah.
Holy shit. If that doesn't give away like the era that this movie
Late
was
90s,
recorded.
early 2000s.
Because that is 100%. Those glasses got famous because of the first X-Men movie. Because that the red fucking tinted. Because that's not actually convenient.
No, it's not. It just turns everything red and makes it harder to see.
It's not fun to look at things like that.
No.
You know, John Lennon got away with rose-colored glasses because that man was high and inside.
And it hid the redness of his eyes.
Nobody else is going to get away with it. If you're not Cyclops,
if you're not Cyclops,
and
it
it's
ain't
not
working.
ruby quartz to keep your lasers in, don't do it. That's my advice.
Yep.
So Tim Allen, remember that. If you've got these at home still,
get rid of them.
Throw them away.
Just throw them away.
They're never coming back for you. Other people maybe. For you, definitely not.
Fast forward 2 weeks, we get the comment from Tim Allen's team wanting to talk to us about, his sunglasses and how we have upset him.
Whatever.
Come at me.
If they're
Fuck
in the,
you and your
as long
sunglasses.
as they're in the trash right now, they can ask me whatever they want to ask me.
I smash your sunglasses, son. Smash them right off your face.
That's how I feel. He's on the bridge. He hears everything. Well, he hears like 3 words of.
Yeah, because Sarah's sister. He's like, "Oh, I want to burn your cities and
He
burn all
immediately
this
starts
shit."
hearing this. He takes his sunglasses off and he just kind of looks and he's like, well, "I'm not got the time for this."
Fire,
throw everything we got.
Fire
The
lasers,
red ones,
blue
ones,
lasers. And here, why don't you
photons,
throw that pop can at him, son?
Just give him everything we got. Literally, they're all just like.
She's just like, wait, what? Huh?
Again,
he just gets up to leave.
Again, he's just in his head. Van Nuys is calling, guys.
Yeah, I gotta go. I got like 10 minutes to get
like,
all the way across
that's
LA.
All he's thinking.
He was gonna be late no matter what. If he only had 15 minutes.
Now, and I'll say it seems like this is the shortest movie ever for a second, right? Like they literally are just like, I think it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
he just starts walking off the bridge, and
they're like,
he's
"What
like,
if he lives?" He's like, "Don't worry about it. I gave him both barrels.
Everything's good.
Everything's fine."
Don't
and
you
they're
worry.
like, "Okay, well, here's a communicator.
I do appreciate
just in case
this.
if we need to talk to you." And
well,
he's
again,
like, "Oh, this is nice."
They didn't even give it to him. The implication wasn't in case they thought they were going to need him again. It was almost more like they were like, in case you want to talk to us. Like, it was very friendly, right?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't,
in case you need us, here
it wasn't like they were worried, right? Like, despite
right?
the fact that
you
they should
say
be.
hello, come over for Sunday dinner.
It wasn't like, hey, maybe he's not dead.
Like, we're not, it wasn't one of those. It's like, we think you're kind of full of shit, so just in case, here's a communicator in case we need you.
It was 100% much more like,
friendly gift.
Yes,
they give everybody one. Like, here's
that's
your,
how
here's
that's
your
how
box.
it felt to me. That's totally how it felt to me.
But they
it does look cool though.
It does,
and I don't care. The mix-up scene that happens in a few minutes is outrageous, right? Because this thing looks nice,
the
and
other
there is
one
no
looks
way
like a fucking cheap
there
toy.
is no way he would have ever mixed these.
No,
up. I feel like there's no way the weight would have been.
Yeah,
the same.
I was gonna say the one that Tim has like weight to it.
And again, it looks polished, and slick,
not
and the other one looks plastic.
Drab.
It looks
gray.
plastic.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We're almost there. The only thing the only thing we have to address is the teleportation, and I want to address.
I love this reveal, man.
This is
this
scariest...
is when he finally realizes the shit is real.
Well, and this is the scariest shit in the world. We've talked space camp. You know me. The idea of the vastness of space being what's around you, scary as fuck to me. Anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
To essentially not know what's happening and like open your eyes. So water surrounding you and vastness of space.
This goo shell going over you, and then space. And not only space, like unrecognizable space. There are planets and shit you've never seen before.
I would probably literally die of anxiety. Like, actually be a dead man.
They're just launching Shane's dead body into the wormhole.
Like, again,
he had a cardiac before it even happened.
Like, I'm just thinking about, like, the level of anxiety from, like, space camp. And, like, you know, like
yeah, just looking out into space from orbit.
But then you don't know what this liquid on you is.
But Tim Allen handles it quite well.
No, he does. He handles it way better than I would.
At least until they actually launch him off the fucking
because
ship.
this is nuts, dude. He has a literal rocket trail from his feet. However,
he's just in this goo. There's nothing. He's just flying through space.
They make it seem like this is teleport, like this is like a transporter room.
Yeah.
Right? No, this is not.
It's like a launch pad.
This device works very differently.
A jelly launch pad. gummy.
They
launch
launch
pad.
you into a black hole that somehow can put you exactly where they want you. That's
right
what
at your house.
I really don't understand.
I don't either, but
how
I
that
love
works.
it. He's just like standing back at his pool, just shaking, like, what the fuck?
Wouldn't you?
Oh, I would. And then we go over to what the rest of the crew
yeah.
is doing. They're doing a ribbon cutting for a tech store. Gray beige bland fucking super tech store.
Oh, I've got the name. Give me a second.
It's the most boring building ever. It looked so fake. At least Circuit City had like a big red thing.
Tech Value. That's the name. Yeah, the Tech Value stores.
Tech
and here's the thing about it. Like, I feel like it has to be a partnership with the franchise, right? Like, they've got to do all of the openings. You can tell.
Yeah,
because
this is like the third one this week.
Well, he has to deliver the by Grabthar's hammer. What a savings!
Oh my god! You just see his soul die.
The way he delivers it, you can tell this is like the 9,000th time he's had to deliver that variation.
By Grabthar's hammer.
What a saving.
What a saving. And you just see his soul die a little bit more, and you just want to hold him. The poor man.
I'm telling you.
Couldn't do like local theater.
Then we see
as an outlet.
Then we see Jason run up.
Assaults
him. He assaults him. It wasn't on purpose.
Over Justin
It wasn't
Long.
on purpose, so it's not technically assault.
But he doesn't really help him either.
Well, when you're Brandon, and from your point of view, all you know is the last time you saw him, he yelled at you. And this time, you didn't see that it was an accident. You just know you got fucking
shoulder checked by fucking Jason Nesmith.
As far as you know, you just got assaulted by your hero. By your hero. No, it's your hero. If Shatner shoulder checked you, would you sue him?
Yes.
Oh, stop.
Well, hang on. What's Shatner worth right now? How much money does he got? Can we look that up real quick? If it's under like 5 million, I'll leave him alone.
You probably wouldn't get money from that anyway. No. Come on now.
I demand you be my friend for a day.
All that would happen is you would alienate your hero.
And also, we find out like he's the people he was supposed to actually go do the gig with.
Yeah.
And they're like, you didn't show up.
What?
Damn it.
Oh. Too busy. He's got stuff to do.
Well, they mixed up the Voxes too. We'll throw that in real quick.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. He's too busy, so he tries to take off, and in the takeoff,
grabs the wrong one.
I wasn't gonna forget it. It was just the way I was saying it. Yeah, they this is when the mix up with the communicators that we already pointed out could not have happened.
There's no way.
Happened.
As soon as Tim Allen picked it up, he should have been like, "Oh, this is like hollow plastic. Yeah. This other one has like stuff in it."
But he does not. And he runs off, and he goes to tell everybody else, hey guys, you know when we were at that convention, those people that were aliens, they were aliens.
They were really aliens.
It's so funny because if you, again,
they
think
were
about
termites or Diations. I can't really remember because I was hungover.
Like the part that's hilarious to me is like just those people that were aliens. Oh, everyody?
Yeah, like
everybody
the whole convention.
You got to be a little bit more specific if you're going to say something.
Forgot
like
where he was,
right? And they're just like, sure, been drinking a little too much. What's going on here?
Tommy over there, he's just like, all right, that's it, let's go. He's jumping up. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Well, and then if we're gonna point that out, we also have to point out that Quan believes this 100%.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's fresh, just like, wow, really?
From word one, he is in. He said, okay,
yeah,
all right, if you say so, let's do this.
But they don't believe him.
They don't believe him.
They don't even believe him when
the aliens
actually physically walk up and start saying like, "Oh, hey, Saris is still alive. We need you to come back."
And they all look weird enough that you're like, they're fucking aliens. Nobody says they look like fucking aliens.
They're still just
not
like,
a single
no,
goddamn one of them.
Gwen even like goes at him. He's like, "Man, treating us like this is one thing, but I can't believe you do it to the fans."
Yeah,
he's like,
crazy.
"This isn't a fan. It's a
crazy.
termite."
Like they're aliens.
Yeah, look at they're gray.
So he says whatever. He goes with them. And then we see, slowly, they start thinking about it.
It's Fred.
They're talking to each other.
It's Fred. Fred's the one that's just like, man, I don't know. We should have just took the gig. When's like next time he's going to ask us?
That's what I was going to say. It is Fred, but it's not like he convinced them. It's literally just that he said the word that this could be a paying job.
Yep.
Literally, they all were like, oh, wait. Yeah, we could get a paycheck. Why did we get mad? Paychecks are paychecks.
Paycheck's a paycheck.
And so they all were instantly like, fuck that, we got to go.
And luckily, he left the Lilani chick back there.
Well, and it's funny.
Transmission of her, I guess.
That's what I was going to say. It's funny because she even admits that she says he had me leave the transmission open. None of them questioned what that meant at first. I didn't. I'm not even going to lie.
I guess they're used to fans talking to them that way, I guess.
But my point is, I didn't even question what she meant because I didn't realize that she was supposed to be a hologram at first. And so, like, when she said left the transmission open, I just went with it. And then when we see that it's not actually her, I was like, why did why as a sci-fi nerd did I not clock the fact that she said that? Yeah, she's then calls for immediate teleporting or whatever. Again, we gotta be clear here because there are two different types of teleporting. One that is like what would be Star Trek teleportation. That's not happened yet.
No, this
and
is
then whatever the
weird
fuck
goo.
this is, where it goes through a black hole. These are different technologies.
Yep, one seems way more fun.
I guess and the other you say fun, I say anxiety inducing. This is anxiety inducing, and the other one is fear inducing. That's how I describe them.
It's chopped into billions of particles and
fear
sent across
inducing
space,
fear
or
inducing.
just riding it in a giant goo bubble.
Anxiety. See, like I said,
they both kind of suck.
Tomato. You. But yeah, so they all make it up. It's so funny because she calls for 4, right?
A guy's over. He's like 5. I'm going.
And she just said, okay, whatever.
5.
All right,
fine.
I love Quan. He's in the fridge in the microwave. He's just like looking for the food. He's just like,
got any change?
Again, what's funny is we don't know yet because we don't hear that he believes it wholeheartedly for 30 more seconds. Yeah. As soon as they get there, we see how much he believed it, right? Because he gets there and he just looks at Tim and he's like,
that was a hell of a thing.
But the rest of them, what's wrong with them?
What's wrong with them?
Because again, he was being like, You told us what to expect. Yeah. And so again, what's funny...
And he did show up after
I understand. But the funny part about it is that he was the one that was just like eating food. Like he didn't believe he was going to get teleported. But then once he did, he was just like, what? They didn't understand what was happening?
Yep. Totally on board as soon as he gets there. But it's like
the rest of them freak out.
They show up and the aliens come in
forgetting their forgot their holograms. Form. And like I said,
the sound
craziest
effect, tools.
The sound effect from earlier makes so much sense when you see what they look like. The second you see them, you're like, I believe it.
And they all can't move. They're all just like frozen, just sitting there, just like, holy
again,
shit.
Dude, what would you do?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it was supposed to be because they were scared or if it was just an after effect of the transport.
No, because when Quan shows up, he's instantly fine.
Oh yeah, he's instantly not fine, isn't he? That's right.
So it's definitely not
so
that.
They're just flipping the fuck out.
They are panic frozen. Yeah, panic induced.
Fucking guy screams.
Well,
when shit, and it scares the shit out of Sigourney Weaver.
Well, because Guy starts to have this. It's not said yet, but this is obviously the moment, the exact moment that he had the realization that he tells us about.
Die.
I am expendable.
Yep.
I'm a red. He doesn't use the word red shirt because obviously Star Trek does not exist in this world.
Nope.
But he is a red shirt.
Yep.
He is the guy who will die.
I'm the guy who dies to prove the situation is serious.
Yeah. And so he knew it. As soon as they got there, he was like, fuck me,
as soon as he
my
saw
life.
the aliens, he was just like, oh God, I'm going to die.
Fuck me, my life. Right? Like he just knew. Once they finally start to calm down some, the people turn the hologram over, and Jason walks in and he starts to be like, see guys, I told you.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You should have believed me. And they're still like, what? And they're like, I love this part though, right? He starts to go, I can't believe that I'm in the presence of, and names each one of them. Right?
Yeah, the
person by person by
Dr.
their character names. I love this. And then they get to Guy and they don't know him. This is when we hear the crew.
I'm crewman nurse Guy.
And they all look at, I love it because to them, again, remember, they think this is real. They think this is history. So to them, they're just like, this is a momentous occasion. This is a crew member we don't know.
Wow.
And that is literally like the look and the feel that you get from all of them. It's so convincing.
I love Fred during this scene. He does the squint like he does on the show when they're like, it's check Sergeant Chin. He's just like,
yeah. That's the only time.
It's the only time he does the squint and nods at him like, yeah, it's me.
And it was rough. Immediately after that, though, they're like, you guys all know who we are? I don't believe there's not a man, woman, or child on our whole planet that doesn't know who you are.
ever since we got the historical documents, we've changed our whole life.
Historical documents?
It means the show.
Oh shit.
Just go with
they
it.
They all start to realize like
what's going on. Wait a minute.
Then I love this because again, like they all start to piece this together like our characters. It's not mentioned yet, but they all start to look at each other like, is it just us? Are there more shows?
Right.
Historical documents. What are they? Holy fuck shit. What is going on right now?
They even tried to talk to Jason about it. They're just like, we're not astronauts, we're actors.
And so again, they're ready to check out. They're saying, they're like, fuck this. And they go, do you want to see the ship?
This isn't the ship. No, this is just a spaceport for the ship. You want to see the actual ship?
And literally they all were like, well, I mean, if we're here,
well, yeah.
I mean, we might as well. And like I said, this is that moment as a Star Trek fan. If this were a Star Trek movie, if they had made this wholeheartedly as a meta Star Trek movie, not a parody, holy shit, this scene.
This is the ship porn scene.
This would be unreal to watch, like to get fucking to get Patrick Stewart and all of them together to fake, like to act out looking at like a real ship. I would die.
That would be so awesome.
Right? Like the fan in me right now is feeling so touched, and it's not even real. Like I'm just picturing how cool it could be.
Because imagine if it was real. Like, it's like the whole premise of this fucking movie. Like,
and
the
again,
thing we all want.
It's true though. Their faces when they all see the ship, they were like, "Well, I guess we can stay for a little while."
Yeah,
I don't think we gotta go. I don't think we gotta go.
All we got to do is negotiate the Saris guy's surrender. Right. That's all we're doing. It's gonna be fine. We'll be.
We
home
can at least take
supper.
the tour. And they do.
Take the penny tour. It's fine.
They get the tour. First stop they see is the barracks. Holy shit, dude! There were a lot of people.
I love this effect.
They had an army.
It's just a mirror.
Oh yeah,
at the end of the room.
You can tell.
It's all it is. It's such an old school Star Trek. Yes,
you can see the mimic people.
It's such an old school Star Trek effect. I loved it so much.
But again, it just in pure like the belief of how many people.
Right,
like,
you're
just
like on forever.
Holy shit! He's got They are literally in control of an army right now.
12,000 people on this ship.
And so this is the part though, we get to the bridge, everybody, he says like, you got to get to your seats.
Yeah, everybody
they
take
all
your
are
spots.
like, what? And he's like, remember
what you did on the show.
We're real. We're real people.
Now.
You need to go to your spot.
You know,
and they're all like, wink, wink. Right? I gotcha. Literally, we see when he walked what's his young what?
Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy, but what's it? Young
Laredo.
Yeah, young Laredo. We see when Tommy walks up, he gets this flash of young Laredo, and he remembers. Right?
This had it all like worked you mentioned.
Out. This is when he has his moment,
his
Will Wheaton moment. Yeah, where he's just like, I made it. I made these things. Did things.
Did that.
When you did this, it went
down,
forward. He goes, when you did this, it was forward, and when you did this, it was backwards. He says all of it. And you're just like, oh, he really meant it. Because Jason says that when they get there, it's like, they did this off of us. And then Malthazar says it like, we base everything off of how your movement
on the show.
And so we know that they're real. That's why I love hearing him say stuff like that.
That would make it super intuitive to you, though.
It would, but at the same time, it would also make making it obscenely difficult because you're basing real technology off of things that have no real world anything, like no reasoning behind it outside of one person's creative thought. Which I will give them is very good. I mean, they're technologically insanely advanced, but if they were just trying to do stuff of their own and not fake shit to make it make sense, man, they could have been light years ahead.
You see the clips of young Laredo driving on the show, and it's literally he's just sitting there, he's just kind of going,
"Oh, it's so fake,"
like he's bicycling.
With his hands. It's so fake. It's so horrible. At least right now,
terrible acting from that. Well,
at least right now, when they talk about it. When he's talking about it, and he's doing it, you're like, oh, that looks like I could believe that he's driving.
Like it actually works.
But when we see the footage from the old show,
he's just sitting there just moving his arms up and down.
It's too rough. Yeah. It's too bad.
The kid's into it though. The face he's making just.
But I love this. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to take her out, right? And
let's go.
What's funny though is at first. Tommy is sitting there and he's looking over at the alien that's standing beside him, and he's like, "Oh no, it's Sky, right?" He's looking at Guy, and he goes, "I'd hate to have to be him right now because he's commanding and
he's the commander and shit.
To have to do all that, like not know what we're doing, that's crazy." And then he says, "Take us out, Laredo. What? Yeah, take us out, young Laredo." And he goes, "Huh?
What the fuck?"
That's your job. Remember,
You drive the ship.
You're
remember?
the one who pushes the things and makes us go.
They based all this off of you, man. Let's go.
And he just goes,
yeah.
I will give you for the first 30 seconds. You're like, my man,
he's doing
well,
it.
you're like, they really did base it off of exactly what
he
remembers it
for like
right?
30 seconds. It looks like it's
then you start to see
drifting
to the
just
side
a little bit, ever so slightly.
It's so funny. Guy is like,
everybody's just like
guy
kind of
goes,
leaning.
Guy goes, man, you're supposed to turn it some. And he goes,
way.
I know.
Motherfucker, you sit your ass down. You want to drive?
It's so funny. And the paint job. He does. He just scrapes it.
I hate this noise. This just scraping noise down the side.
Man, and that sweet paint job is fucked.
The aliens inside the spaceport, they're like backing away from the windows and shit.
He could have snapped it, dude. He could have snapped the whole spaceport off.
He really could have.
He could have killed half of the remaining people.
They make it. It's a little scratch on the paint. No problem. They're fine.
Thankfully, they make it that way.
Like, you think that's the moment where they're like, oh, man, we are fucked. Right? We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, so after they finally successfully make it out of space dock, the next thing we get to see is dinner time.
Yeah, dude.
Man, this is rough.
It's both good and bad. Like, that steak looked dope.
Everybody who's humans looked okay.
Looked great.
I guess guys looked a little weird. What did they feed
He spit
Guy?
it out. He spit it out. Some kind of noodle.
It looked like spaghetti, but it looked like it just wasn't eating like spaghetti. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like because I saw what looked like garlic bread on his plate too.
He spit it out, whatever it was.
It wasn't good.
And you got Fred over there with chopsticks, so eating some Asian food.
Well, yeah.
Jason's got him a big Iowa corn-fed steak.
He's Commander Chen, or
Tech Sergeant Chen.
Yeah, he's Tech Sergeant Chen, dude. Of course he has chopsticks. What are you saying to me?
He got some fried rice.
But yeah, so we do see all of these people, but then like Alexander, dude. God damn, man.
It was like
ticks. It was some kind of giant tick is what it was.
Just like Mother used to make.
Oh my god, those
jumps
things...
off his spoon back into the There's more than just ticks too. There's like these like leech worm things in there and shit. I
could not have done it. Thankfully,
the show must go on.
Yeah, he is a man who loves his craft.
He is a professional, and if the craft demands I eat such things, the craft demands it.
While we're at dinner, they're talking to each other about a bunch of different things, and they bring up the omega-13, right? Like what it might do.
Yeah,
and then he's like, "Well, we're not real sure, but we definitely don't push it because it could
destroy the whole universe if we're wrong."
All matter in the living
like
universe.
Everything.
He's like, but you don't just want to push it to test it, or whatever. You know,
that
like
weird
that high
noise,
pitch, like sucking sound. Yeah, I loved it, and he's just like, no,
are you stupid?
Yeah, we would never do such a thing.
We were hoping you guys would tell us what it did,
and they're like, oh no,
we found it on an alien planet.
We don't know.
No idea.
I love that cover for the fact that we just never got that script.
Yeah, we never got that script. The show kind of ended.
Nobody told us what it was supposed to be. That's a MacGuffin. That's what they call that in the industry, guys.
Very convenient
yeah,
thing.
It was so funny. But then the conversation slowly drifts to their former commander.
And how that Saris even found out about
it's funny that
thing.
they say, as soon as he says former commander, literally Jason locks onto that. Former?
What do you mean former? That sounds past tense.
Yeah,
I don't
what
like
happened?
That.
Why is he no longer here? Why am I not speaking to him right now?
Our former commander was not strong.
And now we find out.
What does that mean?
Well, we find out why they wanted them, right?
Yep.
We found out what happened when they tried to lead in their fashion, but not get them to lead.
One of our own tried to do it first, and
did not work.
Kind of broke.
Oh man, this was rough,
dude.
He gets
over
tortured.
Dinner, even like everybody's still eating, and he throws this video up.
And literally, like he's like, just put me out of my misery. And he's like, I love the sound you make while you squeal.
When I tire of it, I'll let you die.
Holy fuck shit. That is evil.
Starts shocking him.
That is evil.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like this is the first time that Guy really starts to believe everything is right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, up until now, Guy has literally been acting like he doesn't
be on
believe
the show,
it. Yeah,
man.
no, that's what he keeps saying. Like, he doesn't believe this is real. Right? I feel like watching the torture was the moment
Right where
he was
like, I'm done. I'm going to die.
and
we
they
have
all
to
are.
leave.
They all see it.
Yeah, they
they're
all
like,
try to bounce.
it's time to go. We're not staying here. Can we please go? Can you please get us out?
No, we
of
can't
here?
go. Saris is already here. If you try to leave, he'll just blow up the little transport thing.
And again, as soon as they hear that, they're like, "What do you mean he's already?
What the fuck?
What?
It's a spaceship, guys. It goes really fast.
Oh no, I don't like this."
There's a thing called warp speed shit thing. You know.
So then they go to the bridge. They have their full crew meeting with Saris. I love this conversation. It's so fucking funny. We get about halfway through. Jason randomly turns and looks over at Gwen and says,
he gives her the kill signal, like, turn it off.
and she says,
She does. She's like, ugh. And he goes off and he's just like, all right, don't worry.
He
I've
tells-
dealt with this guy before. He's as stupid as he is
stupid.
ugly.
And then he's like, you're going to get all of our ammo ready and you're just going to start shooting.
Everything.
On
Everything
my
we
word.
fucking
On
got.
my word, you're going to just, don't even worry about it. If it's something that we can fire it.
Yeah, throw it.
He
throw
turns around and he
everything.
looks back at her and he goes, all right, now you can go ahead and turn it back on. And she goes, that's what I've been trying to tell you this whole fucking time. It never went off.
You've been on the whole time.
And he just looks at her and he goes, well, before he even gets to say the joke to her, literally Saris hits him with the,
Perhaps
I'm
I'm not
not
as stupid as I am ugly.
I loved it. But as soon as he gets hit with that, Jason turns to look at her like, I gave you the cut signal.
She's like, no, that's the we're gonna die signal. I was agreeing with you.
We're gone.
We're dead.
It's fucking phenomenal, dude. I loved that moment so
But then
much.
Guy starts going. He's just like, hey guys, there's a red thingy.
Yes.
And
It's
it's
coming-
moving toward the green thingy.
I think we're
the
the
green thingy.
I love the way he said that so much.
Saris has launched a missile at our dear ship.
All kinds of chaos.
Oh,
starts to
dude!
break
In
loose,
fact,
dude.
they bolt, start going.
Well, it's chaos while they're trying to
Bombs
figure it
and
out.
shit.
Yes, everything.
Tommy,
There's
get us outta
explosions,
here.
armor. I love that
Yep.
it's not shielding. This is
It's
where I told you
armor.
they didn't want it to be the same as Star Trek, and sometimes it falls short. And by using the word armor on a spaceship, I felt weird.
yeah,
I felt very
plasma
weird.
armor.
I felt weird.
Yeah, it's shields.
You need shielding.
I mean, there is a such thing as a blade of armor plating,
Or a force field,
but it's
or you know what I'm saying?
part of the hull of the ship.
You would just call that the hull.
Yeah,
Thank you.
our hull is armor plating.
Yes, it is strong. It's made out of a strong metal, but
Yeah.
it's still just your hull. Thank you.
Shields project outside of the
It's
ship
like being
like a
it's
bubble.
like it's like saying my tank is made with a special anti-tank ammunition outer shell. No, that's just your tank. Your tank is
Yeah.
just made to be able to withstand that.
Yeah, it's called reactive armor.
Right? And so like this is my point here. Like I
Yeah,
felt very
it felt really weird
armor
calling
was
it armor
weird.
and not shield.
This is a sci-fi nitpick by all means, but it felt weird.
It's just a specific distinction. Shields project outside of the
look,
ship.
me and you-
Armor
me
is
and you-
worn on
me
the
and you
ship.
same page, man. I get it.
I want to make sure they understand. Go back and rewrite it. I want to redo.
But yeah, so while the chaos is breaking loose, they decide to hightail it, run out of there, even fucking hit the turbo. I love that there's a turbo button.
He's like, oh yeah, it's right here. Woo!
And then it's so funny. He's hitting the turbo button, and he gets called out by Alexander, who is definitely not someone who would understand vehicles or small engines or anything like that. And
No.
he goes, I'm pretty sure
It's just for quick boosts. You don't hold it down. How the hell would you know?
burns it out. But while the whole time this is going on, they were never outrunning Saris.
No,
That's
he
the
had
other
matched-
thing.
the
He
computer
was
even
matching.
says it.
Yeah, at no point were they faster than him. They were only the same speed
Yep.
and slightly ahead of him.
That's it. So when we come out of turbo,
When the engine
instead
blows,
of warp, we still have to lose him. So we go through the
Tothian minefield left over from the Great War of 12875.
nice, very good.
I love that. Sorry, I had to have that one.
And this thing stretches on for fucking light years. This is a huge. It
It's-
looks like a nebula.
Well, it's funny because they make it look that way, but then they're out of it in
maybe
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
It's so crazy. They make it look like it is never
and
ending.
they get the fuck wrecked out of them on this thing.
Again, this is where I hate armoring being what they said. And I get it makes the magnetism work better.
It does.
But that being said, they also had no holes in the ship or like visible explosive markings.
None, not really.
And so I was like, what exactly is this armor doing?
When they come out, the engines just kind of stop working and it tumbles.
Again, we are sci-fi nerds. We know it.
I've seen the Enterprise get a huge chunk of the saucer section taken out, through right? You know that like fucking 300 crewmen just out into space.
They find out though after they finally get stopped how when they stop it's not immediately like we're fucking sitting ducks because again he was right behind them. I don't understand.
Maybe it went around.
I don't know. Maybe he was going too fast. He passed him.
Yeah, I guess. Just went.
But yeah, so they make it out of the minefield and they're like, well, we can stop. We can breathe. We can really assess the situation. Not only was the engine blown, it blew the beryllium sphere.
It is cracked.
Oh, what is that? Oh, sense of science talk for sci-fi movies. But apparently this is their version of the warp core. It's the thing that generates all power for the ship. Well, I guess that makes it not the warp core. It makes it the dilithium crystals.
Yeah, it'd be the dilithium
because that's what's powering everything. Yeah. Right? Again, we're nerds, guys. We know. But so this is what's powering the whole ship, which I want to point out. We even got told earlier, and I didn't say anything because I wanted to bring it up now. When he first gets on the ship, they tell him that it's not at full power. I feel like this beryllium sphere was never
actually fully operational.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't even realize that because when he first, like the very first time, they're like, "Oh, sorry for operating at low power mode.
We're stuck that way, or whatever." Like they literally say that they are permanently at whatever that is. So the ship's been
operating at like say
they've never seen it right now. They've never seen it at full power.
I bet you at full power they could have outran him.
That's what I'm telling you right now. Like it's one of those things, and it was a throwaway line for sure.
It really was.
But that's why I didn't want to mention it earlier because I feel like right now is the reason it was written for, right? Like it was written so that way we can be like,
that's why it cracked.
Sphere cracked not because what they did, but because it was already flawed.
Yeah, it was an inferior sphere.
But so they find out right now is when we get our we laughed at so hard moment with her job.
The computer won't even respond to Jason. He'll ask the computer shit, and it just doesn't. She has to ask the computer.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver's job on the ship. I do this every time. What's her real name? Tawny Madison.
Tawny Madison.
Lieutenant Madison. Yeah. Lieutenant Madison's only job on the entire ship is it's twofold. I'll say that is to both say the question that someone else has to the computer because they can't ask the computer directly.
It only responds to her.
And then she also has to say back what the computer tells them because they can't understand what the computer is saying. I don't know. I can buy the first one. I can buy maybe it's synced to a person.
Yeah, it's her voice.
Yeah,
she has access
to
the archive.
Everybody can't do the computer. That person does the computer. I can buy that.
Yeah.
I don't buy the need for her to repeat it back to
when
everybody.
Everyone else heard it.
But yeah, this is where we get that confirmation right here. Like
because Tommy's just like, that is really annoying. She's just like, look, I have one job on this stupid ship. It's dumb, but I am going to do it. Is that fucking okay?
Yeah, so this is when they find out they need a beryllium sphere, and that there aren't any. Well, there's some close, but
there's not on the ship.
None on the ship. They gotta go get them. Same time while all this is going on, though, is when they also flirt with the idea of telling the aliens the truth. Right? They start talking to them, and they're like, "So,
do y'all have like theater films?"
And they're like, "Well, we don't understand that word. What do you call it when people maybe don't portray the truth? Deceptions,
lies. Like Saris would do.
We just learned about this from Saris. He does it. He promises us peace, and then conquers us all.
Shit. It's like you guys wouldn't have anything to do with him like that.
You guys aren't anything like him." The laugh was painful. Right? The laugh is painful.
It is.
The first two, you're like, okay. But then it just gets like progressively like more
when
drawn
you
out.
get a group of them doing it too, it's like, man. Oh God, stop it.
While this is going on, they do locate beryllium nearby. So they're like, oh, sweet. We're
going to go down and get it. We
need to get that.
The neat little shuttle pods.
This is, when they find out there's beryllium nearby, it was from Quan. It was him.
He phones in from the engineering.
First time where we get to see him not with everybody else. He's gonna, and from this point on, basically always.
He's always in engineering now.
And he talked again. This is we've addressed this. This is 1999. This movie is so psychic, right? Like they've told the future. This is before video calling, and this man is talking like a 55-year-old man
Just
on video
way
calling.
too close
He's
to the
too
microphone.
close, and he's looking above the camera.
Right?
Like so he does so you're looking at his chin, and he's looking dead ahead, and nobody's making eye contact. It's outrageous. It is funny, but it's so crazy that they were so right about how this works.
I love it. He's just sitting there, he's like, they said there's a sphere on this planet and we could go get it and it should work.
I want to point out that he doesn't even say sphere. He just says that there's beryllium there. So I was like, cool, that's great. Then they get there,
and they're already in big brown balls.
It's more spheres. They even say, they're like, oh, sphere. They're mining the spheres. And I was like,
so it just comes out of the
you
ground
guys didn't have to produce the
it?
Sphere with raw beryllium?
The writer didn't know beryllium was an actual element.
I don't
just
know. I
cool.
felt like the whole part was again, we wouldn't have seen them do it. I just feel like it was lazy writing to not have them say that's what happened with beryllium, right?
Just comes out of the ground that way.
Fucking weird. But
so it's covered in dirt even. Like it's still got dirt.
But so they get there, they get to the planet. This is fucking hilarious. Before they get to the planet even, they take the shuttle. I love this scene, for two reasons. The comedy is great. And we'll go back to that in just a second.
Every time.
But the first thing that made me love it is like when this first happens, this is another, just like when the first 4 tones of the fucking song started in the movie and it felt like real Star Trek. When this shuttlecraft first launches out of the ship and you see the planet in the distance and it's fucking cruising, it felt real Star Trek.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, here we are. It's real.
It is.
And then totally we immediately though get Guy freaking out.
I changed my mind. I want to go back.
I thought you said you felt like you'd be safer if you were with us.
I thought I would be the guy who stays on the ship and then dies because because I didn't go. But now I'm thinking I'm going to be the guy who dies on the planet to prove that it's serious. That I don't want to die, mommy. I laugh hysterically when he starts doing the mommy bit.
Wait. Let's not. We can't go past the part where he starts to tell. I don't have a last name.
I don't have a last name.
They're like,
what's my last name?
And they're like, you have a last name, dude. Calm down. I fucking again, Sam Rockwell, fucking dude. Like, I mean, he was above and beyond.
I feel like
anything they needed for that role.
Scene, I feel like the other actors the real people, did not expect him to go that hard on it and were shocked at his portrayal of that and shit. Like, because they're all just kind of like not sure how to deal with it.
This is before Sam Rockwell too. Like, this is kind of early too. So like maybe they didn't know that he was the kind of guy
go that hard.
But he does.
The mommies crack me up every fucking time.
That we go through all this to get to the sand dune planet, right? Like crazy.
This is a cool location they filmed
it's to be a throwback to like the Gorn planets
the
shit from Star Trek.
Fucking Vasquez Rock and shit. Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't there.
Might have been a little too. Maybe it's filmed close by and we just don't know.
Maybe.
Right.
But
it's
again,
like just
with
down
the
the
number
road.
of things that actually go there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this didn't.
Could do Bronson Cave too.
But so they get there, and as soon as they get to the surface of the planet, they see these cute little lizards. Cute little lizards.
They're so cute.
Everybody's talking about how cute they are, and Guy says, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, they're cute right now, but just here in a minute they're gonna turn nasty, and there's gonna be millions of them.
Oh, you stop it! It's not gonna be that bad.
Did you guys even watch the show?
He was fucking right.
He was. He even says it after
in no time, right?
Like a wounded one comes out and they just pounce on it and tear it apart. One of their own guys going up. He's like, "God, I hate being right."
I love that as soon as they hear that, Gwen looks up and she just instantly says, "We need to get out of here before they kill Guy."
So we gotta leave before they kill Guy.
It was so good, dude. And then they start talking, and then they're like, "Well, we can't do that. We gotta
get the sphere."
And he's like, "Wait a minute. I remember this. This is exactly like what happened in episode 81. You remember, guys? It was like episode 81." And Guy stops. He goes, No.
I died in episode 81. They're like, okay, episode 51. We'll do that one. Is that better?
I love that, dude. That was so
You're
funny.
not going to die, man.
I love it. Then they're all talking. They're making up the plan, right? Jason's trying to tell everybody what they need to do. He looks at Tommy. He's like, all right. Tommy goes, well, what am I supposed to do? He goes,
watch for him and
give us a signal.
Us.
And he goes, well, what should I do? I know. I got it. I'm gonna cut my hands on my mouth. I'm gonna do one of those. And he goes,
we have
I'm
these.
a fucking communicator, man.
Fucking infant.
Just open it up and talk
to me. Say, hey, they're coming. He's
the face he makes. It was a mixture of like, I'm an idiot and like, fuck.
I wish I could take the last 30 seconds back. Oh God, I seem so stupid right now. And then him and Guy go off and shit. Oh, continuity error. Did you notice right here? Tim Allen actually calls Guy Fleegman. He says, Tommy, you and Fleegman go up here and watch for him.
He might have always known the guy's name.
He said he didn't in the shuttle.
Yeah.
And there's no scene of him telling him. Continuity error.
I didn't pay enough attention.
I only caught it because I've watched it so many times this week. And I was like, we're not supposed to know his last name yet. That's not till the end of the movie.
Well, my point was just, he says, do I have a last name, and never says it. But I'm just saying, like, we don't actually know the people, the actors.
That's
like, they could have known his name the whole time. Just because they don't like him doesn't mean they didn't know him. That's what I was getting at. So I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things about his character we just don't know. Maybe he knows everybody's names.
There's a deleted fucking scene, because there are a few from this where they changed it from PG-13 to PG. Yeah. There's probably just something missing.
Or maybe, but again,
he probably yelled it at him. It's Fleegman. My name's Fleegman.
It could be, but like I said, it's also just as easily to believe that, because again, if we see that Jason is the kind of guy who knows all these other random technical things about the show to his fans, he might be the guy who knows the actor who is traveling with them's last name.
Right, it makes sense because he is like their MC guy.
So, like I said, I can see why we don't need to be told that he knows the last name, right? Again, it does play up better comedy for us not to hear him calm him down by saying it when he's freaking out.
You have a last name.
Yeah. Like, you know, again, like the cool the thing that you would do in real life is tell him his last name. So again, but for comic relief,
Jason
we're not
was
just
like, you have one.
That's all you need to know. You definitely do.
It's there. I'm not sure what it is.
I'm not going to tell you.
You have
it. But yeah, so he knows they're supposed to use the communicator for a signal.
Yeah,
that's where we really kind of got off. Yeah, and so they run to get They
go to get the ball and fucking
the sphere.
I didn't notice until they go and get the ball, but Fred has been carrying around his like lunch bag the whole time because he's carrying in his fucking teeth.
Yep. Well,
hey man, Stoner's got to have his munchies.
If you need your food, you need your food.
Gots to have them calories, buddy.
Yeah, so once they get it, though, much like before.
Yeah, it's exactly how Guy said it was going to go.
A little bit of pandemonium breaks loose.
There's thousands of them.
These things are coming after them. They have to try to make an escape.
They roll the ball as fucking fast as they can, and they get it in there.
Get into the ship, then we run into a problem.
Guy is like the first dude in that fucking shuttle, dude.
Of course. We get to a little bit of a problem. They're trying to debate who's going to be the hero. Who's going to stay and die the hero? Who's going to go back with the ship? The dumbest part about this is they would have had to have pushed the ball out for Alexander to be the one that died a hero.
Yeah.
So there should never have been a conversation.
No. But just punch him in the face, Jason. Get him out of the way.
I do like how it plays out, but I'm just saying it was stupid. It's so crazy that he thought like, no, I want to do it. Let me roll the ball out. You take my place. Let me stand where you are.
This over. Hold this.
Just fucking
and then I'm gonna over there.
Right? Like
then I'm gonna be the hero.
You just fucking do it. That's what you do. That's how you
just sit down, Alexander.
And so they do. They do exactly that. He punches him. He stays behind. The aliens
bash his head in with a rock,
but then leave him. They don't eat him.
Yeah, they said they were going to eat him.
They must smell like bad meat,
I guess.
I don't understand exactly what happened. And then when he wakes up, a pig is there. A pig lizard.
The pig lizard. I love the costume for this. It's so good.
And then we find out that the communicators do work.
Yep.
Thank God. Because everybody's up on the ship and they're like, "Look, we got the thing here.
We're gonna use the digital conveyor."
And he's like, "Well,
teleporter."
What? No. And I love that. he's instantly afraid, which makes me feel like that it must not have worked on the show.
On the show either.
Right? Like it canonically in the show never worked.
Right.
And so he's freaking out already because he's like, oh, it never worked on the show. If it didn't work on the show, those guys couldn't make it work.
Right. But they're going to test it on the pig lizard.
It does not work.
It
goo.
was specifically made for Fred to run.
It is
right?
goo.
It explodes. It's not even goo.
Well,
it turned inside out.
But remember
and then exploded.
Well, remember the problem though is not. Yeah, but the inside out was goo. Is my point though. Like they said, it's inside out, but if you look at it, it's like a pile of goo with a tail,
some fucking bones and shit sticking out.
But the worst part about this is though, like. The reason that happened wasn't even because Fred didn't know what he was doing. The reason it happened is because it's only made for people, and they've never had
specifically
people.
designed
Human
for
anatomy.
their DNA.
Human
shit.
anatomy. And so they've
Fred,
never been able to
after
test
the pig,
it.
Fred is like, I can't. I'm not doing it. I fuck
Well,
everything
how would
up.
you feel as Quan? Like
Yeah.
this is the moment,
I'm
right?
just the stoner.
Well, this is
dipshit. Like I'm not qualified for this shit.
And this is when he throws it out. I'm not even Quan.
Yeah, this is where he throws it. He's like, that's not even my real name.
Like I have no reason to be here. My God-given name.
He's like, I'm not Tech Sergeant Chen. I'm not even Fred Quan. It's not my real name.
Get me out of here, Fred.
But Jason talks him down. He's like, I know you will. You were great. You never missed a line. You always found your mark. You just quit trying, Fred. You're gonna save me. I know you are.
Just straight up some PTSD.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not.
Yeah, it had to have been.
I mean, I don't know what from, but I'm just saying, like, the way he starts, like, freaking out about everything.
Like, unzipping his uniform and shit. Like, he just wants to get it off.
Now, we also can't forget, though, once the pig lizard was gone, the aliens show back up.
Yeah.
The little lizard guys.
The little lizard guys.
We don't want to get too carried away with either group.
They're
this
chanting
is very
for
crazy.
Garignac.
Well, that's what they chanted before.
Yeah,
remember, that's what they thought that was either
They thought that's what the pig lizard was, but now it's gone. They're still doing it.
They say hit the translator button, and I was like, why weren't the aliens hitting that? Why wasn't Malthazar doing that and telling
automatically?
Them? Well, I think maybe it only played in the ship.
Oh.
But my point is, why wasn't Malthazar hitting that and then telling them what the aliens said?
Right. Should have been. They're saying rock.
Yes.
There's nothing to do with the pig lizard
rock
thing.
monster.
There's something
it's
else
a rock
there.
Monster.
There's a literal rock monster.
Giant fucking rock monster.
I like how it comes together. The rocks just kind of like...
Oh, it's very video game.
T-2000
it's
style.
Very video
just come
game
together.
The way you would see a rock boss.
Yeah.
Film, right? Like slowly
really
like
cool.
Bring up the hand and it's just there.
I give CGI a lot of shit. The CGI in this movie is really good for fucking like 1999.
Then we hear from Guy. Can you form a rudimentary lathe?
Because he's trying to figure out how to beat it. There's fucking Tara starts smacking a head.
I fucking
no,
love
I can't
that.
make a lathe.
He said, well, it's so funny too because he was just like, I know how to help.
Right, I got it.
And that's what he came with. And it was like, you don't got it.
You need to make a rudimentary weapon. Can you make like a lathe or something?
So bad. It's so horrible.
Trying to call back, I guess, to the Gorn fight.
Yes,
TOS.
it's something like that.
Make a cannon real quick. Is there any sulfur and diamonds laying around?
And then we see, like we said, Fred's dealing with PTSD. I guess at this point we can officially not use Quan.
Yeah,
because we know it's not Quan. He's not Quan.
It's Fred Davis.
Yeah, but so Fred is having again. He's still having his panic attack. He's like, I can't.
I'm gonna fuck it up.
He looks across the room,
sees
locks eyes.
She smiles.
Kinda,
I guess.
As much
weird
as
alien
as
smile,
much as those aliens smile,
Hey.
it's kind of just like it was more like a smirk. I don't really know. I don't know how he was.
They're always so wide-eyed. It makes them look like they're just going.
Don't know why he assumed that it meant that anything was going on, but her attraction ?
Gives man confidence,
right? And so he says, "I can do this.
I got this." Turns around, zips up the jacket. Even he's like, man,
and he's like, "We're gonna do it." And then literally, like, Tim's like, "What?"
As the fucking monster is about to crush
Jason's like, "What? What? I still don't know."
Right? You're gonna save me,
guess
man.
so.
I know it.
Just do it. I guess I just have to trust you.
Just stand. He comes up teleporting. He's like making the
and it worked.
Look.
And now he's got the full, like, again, this is like Shatner ripped shirt.
I
like,
see you managed to get your shirt off.
Yes,
says Alexander.
Yes, I loved it. So good, so great.
all right, cool. Like we're back on the ship. Let's
They're all
install the
talking
sphere,
though.
right?
Yes,
It's all gonna be
and then-
great.
and then while they're
drop us
talking,
off
he's
and be
just like,
fine.
But what's
Malthazar.
going on? Yeah, mouth. Why isn't
Why is
anybody
no one
answering
answering
us?
me?
He starts calling for anybody else.
in
Nobody's
walks
answering.
fucking Saris and his fucking
With everybody,
boys.
yeah. He's got him. He's doing
gunpoint.
the hostage walk. He's got Malthazar
We
front.
apparently while you all were fucking around on the planet, we got boarded.
Yeah, crazy.
Apparently, it didn't take him very long
believe
to
that.
get around the minefield. Because he was right fucking behind us.
I guess.
We didn't
That's
really have
insane.
time. I know it was necessary, but we didn't have time for this away
And so
mission.
Saris just starts fucking screaming. What the fuck? You know what it is. Tell
What
me
is
what
the
the
Omega
Omega-13.
13?
What does it do? Where did it come from?
Fucking shocking poor Malthazar
He's just-
on the
he's just-
fucking
yeah, I know.
torture bed.
And they're
shit.
just sitting there like, we don't fucking know.
Is it a
man.
bomb?
We
Zap.
don't know.
Is it a booby trap? Isn't that the same thing as a bomb?
And so they tell him the truth.
Well, they're about to put Quinn in the
I know.
thing, and he's like, "I'm not the
I know.
commander."
I know why they did it. I don't think
Breaks
it's
it
important.
down.
I don't think it's important that they were going to change the person. My point is just they were about to. He feels the need to tell him the truth.
He's not the commander. He even has Gwen show him the historical tapes. As soon as it starts, Saris is just like, because apparently they
Yeah.
had theater on their planet. He's like, "Oh, I get it now.
Well, and then he says,
you all have done way more damage
you
than
come
I
with me."
ever could."
Well, and he's like, you come with me. And he takes him to
Tell
fucking
him.
Malthazar. Tell him.
"Tell him.
Tell him what you
Explain
told me."
to him what's
and
going
they
on.
start, and he says, no. Tell him as if he were a child.
Because he doesn't understand.
Shit. Fuck, dude.
We pretended. Clueless look.
We lied.
That
We
one.
deceived
That
you.
one I understand. Why?
You can't. Not you.
Why? It's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Everything is fake. I love
Right,
the conversation
like
because
the-
everything is fake.
the
Even
ship,
me.
Even me. Oh, that one hurt. Like even the other.
Yeah,
his
no,
crew
well-
is just kind of like.
Well, because again, they can tell he's grown,
Yeah.
like as a person, and they at this point they know he's grown as a person, but they also know they were wrong about the judgment from before, right? And so they're like, God, for him to say that
yeah, it's big.
with the way he feels about this stuff, that's rough. That's hard.
But the ship is this big. That
Yeah,
one
no,
hurt
he
me
points
the
at the
most.
picture. He
He's
goes,
like, "But
"That's
I
it.
see
That's
it.
it. There.
That ship
That's
is
your ship."
This big, man." And he holds his fingers up like an inch. I was like, the
Oh.
model would have been bigger than that.
Now
Come on.
my thing is that at this point in time, Sarah starts to get uppity, and he's like, "Throw them out," and he's laughing about everything. He's not addressing the fact that a total charlatan kicked his ass.
Yeah, it's true.
The movie started with him getting his.
He
like,
had both eyes
Right?
in the beginning of the movie.
He had a second in command whose head wasn't in his hands.
Let's not forget that this
charlatan,
dipshit just came out of nowhere and
actor-
whipped your ass
This pretender.
and led you on a goose chase across the fucking stars, buddy.
So again, I feel like Saris should have been feeling a lot more
Little-
insulted right now.
little
But he's
insulted.
still pretty cocky.
yeah,
For a guy who just got bested
He's
by
just
by an actor.
by an actor. Now his plan is he's just gonna overload the core and
he wants
vent
to
all the air.
He's venting air out of the
Barracks.
The barracks, and he's gonna shoot our crew
Out an
from the Galaxy
airlock?
Quest out an airlock. He's gonna finally go get Omega-13, even though he doesn't know what it does yet.
and then just blow the ship up with
he's done. He's done
a
with everything.
overload or something.
When sorry, I didn't get to work it in where it would have been really funny. I did have a really good dad pun for that. He decided he was gonna shoot them out the space lock cold-blooded, just like he is. It's a lizard. It's a lizard.
'Cause he's
It's
a
cold-blooded.
lizard.
Sorry. It's not as fun. I was trying to work it in good, but I didn't see the note until after we'd already said it.
I forgot my note joke.
Yeah, so this is that time though, like everybody's feeling deflated. They're feeling they're not gonna be good enough. They can't do it. It's horrible. It's over. And then
Alexander starts giving him shit. He's just like, "Where's the happy ending,
Well-
Jason? Where's the never give up, never surrender?"
Well, that's the thing too. None of it meant a damn thing to Jason until he said, "Where's the never give up,
Yep.
never surrender?" It wasn't even the happy ending.
Then he
No,
gets
it
an
was it was
idea.
that line. It was throwing him his line.
Right. The never give
That's
up, never
what got
surrender.
him. Literally, if you can watch it, I swear there's a twinkle in the eye
Yep.
The second
He
the
pops
line,
up,
yes.
little perk in his.
If Alex would have done the same fucking speech to him and not included that line, wouldn't have worked.
But it gives old Jason the idea. He just turns around and starts insulting Alexander. He's like, yeah, you scene stealing hack.
I'm glad that Alex figured it out.
Caught on.
Because this could have ended real
way bad.
But they're both good at their craft.
Yep. They have a nice fake real shoot fight.
They have a
They throw some real.
Those
they were real
punches.
insults.
Well, and we
and Alexander did throw in a real punch.
We get told after the fact.
You used to pull your punches.
He's like, not anymore. You
no,
fuck
you,
blah blah.
asshole.
He cusses him out. Yeah.
But they have their little fight, distract the guards, and throw them inside the airlock. And
the airlock.
Johnny on the spot smashes the button. They throw him out, and he's like,
well, it sticks for a second.
He's like, hi, man, did you see that? I'll get one of my boys down here with some
the WD-40. I fucking laughed so hard, dude. Like, it was so, again, it's the nonchalant demeanor he had when he delivered it.
Did you see it stick?
God.
Well, like a real
engineer. He even pointed it out, and they were like, what? And he goes, it stuck for a second.
Yeah, it stuck for a second. I have one of my guys down here to fix it.
Fucking
Chief O'Brien fucking line,
yes, dude,
right?
I loved it. It was so good. Now we finally get all of them are stepping up, right? Like everybody is like, fuck this. We owe it to these people.
Our scatter plan. Everybody goes in different spots.
Well, and this is like we owe it. They all realize
we're gonna go.
They see the video
of them dying and shit. Just like
we have
take
to do
over
something.
the ship.
We have to do it. We're gonna rally. Right now. And they're like, well, we don't even know where to go to get, because he's like, we need to do, like Jason's like, we got to get.
We're gonna go shut down the core. Fred, you and Guy take Lilani and go turn the oxygen back on.
And Gwen's like, yeah.
Alexander, you and is there another guy? No, I think he just goes off by himself. He runs into that guy later. He tells him to go try and wedge the door open so they can get air. And Tommy's over. He's like, well, what about me? What am I going to do? You're going to go learn to drive, buddy. Which, that's the easiest one to talk about. He literally just goes off and
we're done with him.
Video
we're done with him until he flies away.
Until he flies the ship later.
Videos.
That is all he does.
This is a very crazy scene. Once they all know their jobs, though, that's when Gwen looks over at Jason's like, we don't know where we're going.
We don't know how to shut down a core.
He goes, I know someone that does. He flips out the communicator.
Out.
Bing. Here's our call back to fucking Justin Long. God bless it.
He's
Brandon,
sitting in his room,
sitting at home,
making a model, being a nerd. Hello? What the hell? Hello?
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
This is Jason Naismith.
He picks it up. He's just like, oh.
Yeah?
Hi.
He's so excited when he hears. He's like, I just wanted to tell you something.
I know it's a TV show. I'm not crazy.
I wanted
stuff.
Basically, he says, even though you yelled at me and you shoulder fucking checked me to the ground, I want to let you know I'm sorry, and I'm not as bad as you think I am.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being an overly dramatic fan, but I know it's not a real thing and all this shit. And
he says, shut up.
He's like, shut up. It's all real.
It is real.
It is all real.
I'm in space.
I knew it.
I'm in space, and I need your help.
That's what we all want. We all want that phone call. It's like, yay, it's real.
Literally, they say that to him, and he goes, I'm going to get my buddy Kyle.
Yep.
Kyle knows this ship designs better than
anybody
else. He if anybody can help us make sure you get there, it's him.
And we just start the whole train. We get the whole little gang together.
The little kid?
The little tiny kid with the glasses and shit.
Like, I loved it. Nerd power unite. Right? Like, come on now.
Bring all us fucking Trekkies together and
mass internet huddle, if you will. Right? It was so good. I loved it.
With the shitty webcams where you move like 4 frames a second.
Then this is like I said, we're not going to do all of our cuts, so we can just stick with them. This is when we see them get into the ducts,
the
right?
Air ducts. Why is it always ducts?
Jeffrey tubes. Why is it always
Jeffrey's
right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it
she
is
said
though.
It. She said it in my head. I instantly was like, Jeffrey's tubes. Why is it always fucking Jeffrey's
goddamn
tubes?
time?
We're always crawling through these goddamn Jeffrey's
Who designed
tubes.
a ship where you can't fucking just walk to the fucking access panel?
I loved her making these comments about this. It was so fucking funny, dude.
He's walking him through and stuff, and he's just like, there's going to be a slight drop, and then they just fall straight down.
They get to the room, right, where
the Omega-13
device, they're on the bottom side of it. And she at first is like,
It's just a fan.
Yeah,
like,
because
we
Brandon
have that
was like,
in every
well,
episode.
because Brandon was like, it's got to look amazing.
I wish I was there with you
And
guys.
she's just like, and then she looks up and she's like,
It is. It's really
it's
fucking dope.
Cool. But then that's when finally we have Jason be like, oh yeah, you're a fan. What is this?
Yeah.
Like you might know because you guys speculate.
Yeah, they do this shit. And we get the like actual like.
Well, we get two.
We get two.
It is a two-sided coin. It's one or the other. It will either do what like the they thought in the beginning and destroy
everything, or
13 seconds back in time. One moment. When you push the button,
not a lot.
You go back 13 seconds. We get the line from fucking Jason. It's enough time to fix one mistake.
Ooh. But we got to run now because
the deepness of when he said that didn't even get to fully be fucking absorbed by the moment.
No, because they're being
like
shot
he said it, and I got like the twinge. You know what I mean? Like you hear something, and you're like,
oh,
that's
but it's
fucking
immediately
good.
cut off by them getting attacked by
which
the
is
dude.
great because really, if you analyze the statement, it is overly stupid,
over foreshadowing too. It's
and
like,
it's
oh well,
so
something's
stupid,
about
right?
to
Like,
happen.
But for the split second, they played this moment really perfectly. Like you get the split second where you're like, oh, that's so dope, and then shot before you can think about how stupid it is.
And then we get to my favorite fucking bit, the chompers.
This is so funny. He even says it. Brandon says, all right, and turn the corner, and then
straight through the chompers. And there you go.
Quinn goes, the chompers.
They round the corner, and it is just these big steel fucking pistons.
She says, nope, I'm not doing it. Nope, I'm done.
She says, fuck that. It is clear as day. They dubbed it back over, but Sigourney Weaver said fuck.
Well,
they said they dubbed it over as screw that, but it would have been way funnier if they'd have just left it as fuck that.
Because I wouldn't go through that.
Because I agree with her.
And it's funny.
Why is this here?
It's funny watching the TV show clips while they're trying to help them because the TV show clips are so slow. But this thing is fast. It's crazy fast.
The ones on the thing are just like slow moving.
And so then you
pistons.
hear Brandon go, it's easy. It's just a time of 22444224.
And fucking Jason's just staring at the communicator
he doesn't
like
say anything.
What? And the whole time
He's
Gwen's going off about how stupid the whole thing is.
Are you already past this? Yeah. Okay. Well, then you need to go now. And now. And then that's how they get through it. It's just him literally going every second going.
Stop.
Now.
I mean go. I mean
jump,
stop.
Jump through the fire.
Jump, Commander, jump.
Yes.
Because he fucked up right at the end. He's just like, just go.
Just get it over with. It's amazing.
Whoever wrote this episode should die.
While they're dealing with all of that down there is when we finally get the moment with Quellic.
Yeah,
he runs.
Runs into Alexander.
He runs into Quellic.
He's been
a dick to him the whole movie because he hates the lines. This guy
super
lives
fan.
for it.
He
based his life off of the
whatever people
the oaths and shit that these people have.
He based his whole life off of it,
and so they join up. They're working together. He takes it. It's not gonna make it.
No, it's very sad because it's like right at the end. Because they do this whole thing where they're trying to get the door open and they're doing the chant and they get a little gap going, right? And they fall down and then it cuts away and Fred and all them do their fucking thing.
The teleport.
And bring the big giant rock monster up to fight everything and get the oxygen turned back on.
Yeah.
It's real funny and simple.
Well, that scene is good, but again, there's no reason to say
that's
more.
It. That's the whole scene.
Exactly what happened. He calls him up. The only thing that I want to bring up about it is how did that work? It only works on humans.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
It only works on humans. It only works on humans.
It's because plot.
I know, and that's my point. But I mean, again, like
you want to get into this. You said earlier it only worked with human DNA. There's no DNA in rock. How'd we get the rock?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it's fine.
But he just summons the rock to take out Saris's army that's
so they
on
can
the
get
ship.
in and turn the valve to turn it on.
Yeah. But so while all this is going on, like I said, poor Quellic, he gets taken out.
Yeah, right as soon as they
shot.
Get,
everything's good.
Get the door open,
everything's
it's like,
good.
Yay, everything's
they
fine.
Save everybody.
Let's go back to the command deck.
Shot in the back. Well, that's what's crazy. He's shot through the back, but then he feels it through the chest, right? Like so you know how bad it is.
I'm shot.
Well, and again, at first you see Alex drops down. And he's like, "It's okay, man. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, we're gonna get you to medical.
Medical.
You'll be fine."
And he instantly is like,
No.
I'm gone. Thank you. I've always looked up to you.
You thought of you as my father, even though like we've never met.
And he looks down at him.
He gives him the line.
I grabbed Thar's hammer.
By the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged. It's the best reading of that line. You hear it a few times, the by grab Thar, but it's so emotional and real, and it's like, and
it's raw,
and he fucking means it too. Because as soon as Kid dies, Alexander's up and just beats the shit out of that dude.
He goes medieval on that fucking. He runs down that hallway. I was expecting
tackles him.
I was expecting to see Alan Rickman jump up and do a double kick. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
drop kick him. Bam.
That's what it looked like. That's the kind of speed he got running down the hallway.
I got a good Thez pressing, man. He jumped right up on him and just started fucking laying the hammer.
Then we cut back to Gwen and Jason. They finally made it through.
They finally made it to
they're through the chompers. They're to where they needed to get to.
Yep.
So they can shut
Brandon's
everything down.
All right, now you just push the big blue button.
He pushes the blue button. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's so funny because he's screaming to Brandon. Brandon's not answering him. And when we cut to Brandon,
he's outside. His mom made him take
out
the trash out.
He's yelling to her.
Mom, I cannot express to you the problem and the predicament that the commander is in right now.
This is not the time.
Don't forget the recyclables. God damn it.
It wasn't even don't forget. It was those were recyclables. And he had to go back and yes, dude. It fucking funny.
You know he had to like open the bags
and stuff. Oh my God. But then we cut back and we see Gwen and Jason.
Countdown.
This is the funniest thing.
Still going.
The countdown's still going. Gets to 1, stops. And she looks at him. And again, this is exactly what Brandon would have told him. Brandon would have been like, don't worry.
It always stops at
1. But they forgot. And it stopped at 1. And she just goes, oh yeah, it always
stopped
does
at
that.
1 on the show.
That's just.
I love the laugh Tim Allen has after she said, he's just like, like, fuck yeah.
So now we get back to the bridge. It's time for us to finally really reckon with what's going down, right?
Right.
We get Tommy coming down, young Laredo, ready to fucking
ready to fly.
Shit.
He's had his piloting
ready, dude.
classes.
He said, "I got this.
Let's go."
He said, "I can do this," and he does. He does everything perfectly, right? Like Jason says, "Let's
take us into the minefield."
This was so Star Trek.
It really was getting as close to the mine.
Yes, he said, "Take us into the minefield," and then after he said that, he goes, "And can you get us as close as you can?" And the dude looks up and goes, "Why?" I can literally picture Picard and fucking Data having this fucking conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like this was so fucking
really was.
Exact.
We're gonna magnetize the mines and drag them along.
Yes,
with
dude,
us.
I fucking loved it, dude.
So good.
And so we have that. We hear fucking them drop the armor again, and I was like, "Can we please stop saying that?"
Because they're running right at Sarah,
he tells him,
and he's like, "We're getting hammered. You want to return
like,
fire? No, all power to the armor."
And I was like, "That sounds so
weird.
All power to the armor.
All power to the shields."
Right? Sounds weird. Didn't like it. It made hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Like I was just like, "What is that?"
That super Trek nerd thing. It just bothers you.
Definitely couldn't handle it. This though was great. This is like the most epic game of chicken.
Right?
He goes, take it from Mach 2 to Mach 4. Mach. Again, we can't use warp. We gotta use Mach. And so he's like, okay. And again, this dude's showing off his skills. And it's funny. Saris is on his ship and he's just like,
if you think I'm gonna blink,
you don't know me. He's like, again, proving that he knows what the game of chicken is.
Yeah,
right?
Jason's
He's like,
I'm like, look, it don't take a good actor to recognize a bad one. You're
sweating. I love this. He calling him out, and he's just like,
you fail to realize that without your ship's armor, mine's gonna tear through yours like tissue paper.
This was so fucking genius. This line,
awesome.
You didn't know, mines dragging mines. Boom, dude, my mind when he said that was like, I need to write this down because that's mines with the apostrophe dragging mines. I was like, that is so fucking genius and stupid.
Not even a couple. They're like fucking 50 of these things.
Like the cleverness to the dad joke for that,
right?
That was too much for me. Like it literally broke me for a minute the first time that I was watching it. I was just like, what? Oh my God, that's too good. Yes, there's so many. So he's flying at him, and at the last second they turn down.
They do this nice little whoop maneuver out of the way and smash him right into him.
You can
Inertia's going to keep going.
Well, and you can travel 3-dimensionally.
Yep.
Like people in movies like this, they
it's not
always
like
forget.
A plane.
Yes. Well, it's
you
not
can
a
just
car.
Drop.
It's not a car. Where if you both turn left, you're still hitting each
Yeah.
other, or you know what I'm saying? Like this is a total like you have 100.
You can go any direction you fucking want
of everything
to.
in front of you to go wherever you want to go.
So they sloop right past and throw all those mines right in that big mouth of Saris's ship.
Success.
Boom,
We're
boom,
ready.
boom.
Our intrepid team saves the day.
Hell
We're ready
yeah.
to head home. Malthazar comes out. He's okay.
alive. He's not
Thank
dead.
God.
Laughing
Quellic
his ass
is still
off.
gone.
Quellic is dead, but
that was so sad. I was like,
Yeah.
we were gonna let Malthazar be all right. We can't just
because
let
they made
Quellic
you think
be okay.
Malthazar was dead.
Right?
They have that thing where like they're leaving and he's just laying on the
I was
thing.
like, can't we just let Quellic walk through the door
No.
too? No, Quellic's gone.
It's got to stay.
He
sad.
was a real consequence
Yep.
for this for everything happening.
The Thermians.
So they're ready to head home. They've got it in their computer.
They have this.
They're ready
this
to
lovely
go.
moment of like, because Malthazar's like, I was hoping you would stay. We don't have a commander, and
He's like,
your people have a great commander
right here.
Salutes him, and the rest of
So
the
and it's
rest,
true,
and it is because he's
guy.
a badass. I love Malthazar.
But then they're like, oh, we're heading
We're
home.
gonna go
Everything's
through the
perfect.
black
And as
hole.
soon as
Let's
that happens,
As soon as we get
what
through it,
happens? Quan walks through the door.
It's
And
not-
right when
it's
Quan
not Fred.
and right when he walks through the door, at the exact moment, right? At
Yeah.
the exact moment, we get Alex saying,
there was like
it
a
looks
power
like there was a
surge
weird
from
blip
Saris's
from
ship.
Sarah. Yeah, at the exact moment.
Don't worry about that right now. We're almost
We're
home.
fine. And then we see
Fred pulls out a
Quan.
gun.
Yeah,
shoots.
excuse me. I keep saying Quan. We know
Fred's
he's not
Fred.
Quan
His
now.
name is Quan. He's already
Fred.
told us that.
Yeah, Fred does.
Shoots Jason right in the chest.
And you're like, what?
What the fuck?
And then you see him morph. Saris. He's in
Shoots
fucking.
everybody
He
except
obliterates that fucking bridge, dude.
does not shoot Guy.
I know.
Guy is the only person in that scene that doesn't get shot. And he's the
he
one that
been
was
taken prisoner. The one thing that he actually wanted was to not be killed, and then he was gonna live a life where that's the only thing
he would
wants.
want. Like, no, if you're getting taken slave
That's
by
some,
these people,
that's
fuck
some
no,
real
dude.
crazy Star
Yeah.
Trek writing right there.
There's some
You know
dark,
what I'm saying?
There's some dark shit in here if you think about it.
But so then, literally, exactly like we said, the reason they had to have the shot happen before you could think about the 13-second rule happens right now, where it's like, oh, now I get the convenient foreshadowing of 13 seconds.
One single mistake. I
and
understand
so he
now.
says,
Malthazar, activate the
yeah.
Omega 13.
And so the button raises up out from the control, another blue button. What's with the goddamn
This
blue
one has
buttons?
like handles, though.
But it's still blue.
But it's got the handle.
But it's still a blue button.
And you could turn it, maybe?
Couldn't they have made it red?
don't know.
Couldn't one button have been a different color?
I want a fucking pink button. The bright neon fucking pink.
Well, any color would have worked for me.
Right, just not blue is the same as the other one.
But yeah, so he pushes the button, 13 seconds back, he saves the day, he stops him,
Yeah, I
punches
guess
him. But it's funny,
as soon as he
it doesn't
walks in there,
work.
he just runs up and
it
punches
doesn't
him
work
this
exactly
time.
the way he wanted either.
No, because everybody
Everybody's
jumps him.
the only reason everything
What are you doing?
The only reason things still work out is because Malthazar was there.
Yeah.
If Malthazar wasn't there, if
Right?
he hadn't have come to the
My
bridge,
badass.
Saris would still killed everybody.
He would have because
Because
they all
nobody
jumped,
was
They all
listening.
jumped Jason and like pull him off. I'm like, what are you doing? That's
But then,
Fred.
like we said though, Malthazar
with
proves
the
his
cane,
he
man.
proves his leadership.
Yeah.
Proves why he's a good
Fucking
leader.
Cracks Saris's fucking skull open, just smashes him. He's just like, never give up, never surrender.
And so after that, though, again, at this point, you think
Another problem. You think the movie's
things
done,
are
but there's
safe.
another
Every
problem.
time you think they're safe, they're not.
No.
Now they're about to crash into the planet
Because
they're
the
going
ship's
too fast.
The ship's too big and it's too fast. We gotta
Too much
separate.
momentum going.
Yep, we gotta separate into the saucer section.
Separation.
Captain's yacht.
Yeah. Star Trek.
It's not really a saucer.
No, but that's what they're wanting.
That's
to
what
mimic.
they're doing.
But yeah, so we get this beautiful scene where they're like talking to each other, having this touching moment. Like, we're going to have to go our separate ways.
They get Fred to come back up to the deck, and he's bringing the chick with him.
Now, this was weird
I
to me.
liked it.
No, not the fact that it happened. I'm
Oh.
cool with that. That's cool. The weird part was when she walks with them and stays with them to go, Malthazar gives her a look, and I can't tell if it's a look of this is okay and this is beautiful, or if it's a
shock.
look of I don't know what our races are going to do mixing together. This is a problem.
Could go either way. Could be like, oh, I'm super happy for you, or about, oh, I don't know if you should do that.
I'm fine with the I'm okay, species
but
love.
This might not work out.
Again, I've watched enough old school Trek. I've seen the Kirk has slept with enough aliens. I'm cool.
With medical technology, there's stuff you can do.
My main problem with this would just be, what's Fred gonna do when the hologram malfunctions?
And she's
Is he
just
still gonna
Squid
be
Lady?
okay with it?
He seemed like it because when they were making out and the squid arm came up on him,
but that was just an arm. He was still looking at a face.
That's
right.
He watches that freaky tentacle fucking porn.
If it's not that, I don't know how he could be okay with
Fisherman's wife, the retentacling.
But so as they're coming in, they know they need some help. Brandon and his nerds in to save the day. He runs out of his house, arm full of fireworks. Mom and Dad, what are you doing? He gives them the speech. It's so funny.
It's so funny.
He says it so fast that you think he's saying a bunch of technical jargon, but if you actually listen, he really does just say,
explain
we
what's
have
happening.
A bunch of fireworks and we need to save this thing from landing.
They're coming in and we need this for visual confirmation.
Yeah, but again, he says it so fast that you think he is spouting
like technobabble.
Yeah, and
his mom reacts like it's technobabble too. She's like, "Oh, okay, dinner's at 7."
I had to play it back twice to make sure that there was I was like, did I miss maybe like 1 or 2
Was
words?
there a tachyon in there?
Yeah.
There was a tachyon.
But there's nothing. It is 100% tech-free talk.
Yeah, it's like they're hitting the atmosphere too fast, and we got to guide them in with
the fireworks.
Candles,
yes,
which is exactly what they do. They just go in the parking lot and wave them around as the ships just.
Did you notice? Oh no, you didn't know. We've had this talk. Oh man, I hate this. The guy who was announcing at the hall for GalaxyCon Day 3 when they land,
the MC guy up there at the podium.
It's one of the kids in the hall.
He was fucking really familiar.
Well, you didn't never watch Kids in the Hall, but you did watch the ladies' man. He's the mailman. He's the mailman who comes and he has the problems with him.
That's why he looked familiar.
Like I said, dude, I love Kids in the Hall. I will always be able to tell you when these guys pop up. I love them.
Because as soon as the ship crashes into the fucking convention center.
Like
how nobody got killed.
Best convention entrance you can
ever
have.
Just smashes through the fucking wall.
And you see the host again, like I said, it's our Kids in the Hall guy. He looks at it and he's just like,
Tommy Weber.
Well, not at first. He's just kind of staring, and then the door opens and he sees them, and he's like, I guess don't understand what's happening, but there they are.
He just goes with it. I'm a true fucking professional. I give him that.
But we're still not fucking done.
No, when everybody comes out and gets their entrance and stuff, they're all like hugging, like, "Hey, we made it." Saris comes back
every fucking time you think it's done.
Every time, and god damn it. This was my favorite special effect in the entire fucking movie.
No, wait, I gotta stop you. Before we even get to the special effect, did you notice Brandon and his friends in the crowd when Saris walked out of the door?
They all fucking
had Nerf guns and started shooting
at him when he came out.
Fuck me, that was hilarious, dude.
They're all like, oh, pop, pop, pop.
This is coming from the people that knew it was.
I wanted to see one bounce off of him, right?
Yeah, we didn't get to see that. That was sad.
That would have
been tragic.
That would have been.
But
the best.
The problem here is they knew he was real.
Right? They should know that that's not gonna work.
We didn't see the Brandon friends shoot at him. It was the people that know this is real that were shooting the foam guns.
Explain it to him.
I don't know. It was kind of crazy. Like I was like, we could have seen that from the other side of the crowd. Right? Would have made sense.
The guy dressed like Darth Vader. I get shooting. It from him.
Yeah, he's just playing along. Brandon and them, they should have known better.
Yeah, they should have known better.
But yeah, like you said, this is the best
Jason grabs
effect
the gun,
in the movie. He grabs the laser.
Does the hero dive, roll, Shatner shoot thing, and poof. Total Star Trek 60s
annihilation.
Just poofs into a cloud of
photonic cloud, right?
Smoke.
Like, yeah. Love it.
Sparks is the cheapest effect in the entire movie, but
whatever.
I love it.
It was beautiful. You say cheap, I say beautiful.
It was so good, but probably didn't cost that much to do.
But that, we are now finally truly at the end. The last thing we see before all of this is actually over
a commercial
is a commercial for the fact that our boys and girl, our lady, our team,
our crew
is back. They got greenlit
after 18 years. The intrepid crew of the whatever protector. It's
I didn't see what the actual name of their continuation.
NSNC. something, I don't know. National Space Exploration
No.
Agency.
That's not what I was gonna say. I mean, I didn't see what the name of their show was. Like
Oh.
again, we know this
Oh, I
is the
think
next. This is the next generation, but that's not what they called
it's just
it.
The Journey Continues
Okay.
or something.
That's what I was.
I
Getting
think
at.
that's what
Yeah.
it says.
That's what I was getting at. I was like,
I was trying
we
to-
didn't know what the name of
It's
the
been bothering me the whole show, is I can't remember what the fucking the little moniker in front of Protector is. NSEA, I think.
I'm not gonna be the
NSEA
one.
Protector. If I'm wrong, write it in the comments.
I'm not going to be the one to remember. But yeah, so we see that everybody is back. They're all here, and they're doing the updated
With
version.
a much
This is
better
literally
budget.
just Next Generation,
Yeah.
right? Well, because again, that's what Next Generation
Yeah,
was, right? It was the original series, same
Bigger
kind of
budget,
ideas, bigger budget. The only difference is that these are the same
cast.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it, guys. That was our movie. We had a blast, fun time,
I love this fucking movie so much.
kick-ass
Dude,
special.
champagne hits hard.
Fun anniversary. Yes, it does. God, we can't do this any other time.
No wonder people only drink champagne occasionally.
They
Jesus
only do it to
Christ.
celebrate because
Yeah.
it gets you there, gets you fun, gets you bubbly.
Yeah, good one.
All right, guys, we don't really have a lot to say at the end of this one because we've already told you we're not gonna tell you the name of the beer this time. We have it. I'm not telling you we
have
don't
it, but we're doing hackers.
but since we've already told you the movie, and like Beau said, it's Hackers. We'll just go ahead and repeat
I'm
that.
excited. I haven't seen it yet.
There's no reason to do this, tease the drink.
Yeah.
Well, especially you guys already know the social media post comes out the day after the episode. So like even if I were to tell you the name of the beer here, it's only a day later if I don't.
Yeah, you're gonna
right? Like
you'll see it.
You'll see it in 24 hours from when you might listen. And that's only if you listen on day one. If you don't listen on day one, then you're already seeing
already
the
seen
social
it
media
before you even
post
heard
is
the
already
post.
out there. So we're not doing anything crazy, but we figured just like this one, we want you to have the opportunity to watch it and
Watch
enjoy
Hackers.
it with us when we go to talk about it. So watch Hackers. It's got a lot of famous people in it. We've got Angelina Jolie, my guy Matthew Lillard. Love seeing him in something. Shout out James Marandino, SLC Punk for that one. We love it. But then again, when we get to the movie, I'll get to talk to you more about it. I don't want to say too much because again, this is one you have not seen. So
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I don't want to start saying
I don't
anything
want
now
any bloody spoilers.
and mess anything up. But yeah, there are a lot of famous people
Nice.
in this movie. But all right, so like I said, we don't have anything else to talk about. So on that note, I guess we're done already.
All right, man. You want to say it with me? Little never give up.
Never surrender.
By Grandpa's Hammer.